Yep. And I will just wait until I can share this. And I will just, wait until I can share this. And I will just, wait until I can share this. Talk about a fucking echo. Wait until I can share this. Talk about a fucking echo. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
All right, where's the fucking YouTube? Fucking echo. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
All right, where's the fucking YouTube? It's like a bad mushroom trip. All right, where's the fucking YouTube?
Echo.
It's like a bad mushroom trip.
Bad
It's D-Live because D-Live just went live. All right, that won't happen anymore. How's that? Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Put that shit on silent, boy.
I did. We're gonna share it on a Telegram. Milkshake Happy Hour, and then we're gonna go like this. So yeah, I need a producer.
Damn it. Stop it, Frank. Feel like Austin now. Little fella.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna send you the link in a text real quick.
All right.
Hey, guess how many viewers we already have?
7.
No, we got 0.
Yeah, I don't drink myself.
I'll drink for myself.
Let me know when you get this. Just texted it to you. Okay, we got like 4 viewers. We're doing amazing so far. Hey, people watching, let me know if you hear this song. You guys might want to take your headphones out.
Well, Lord, a feeling that burns down low. When you ain't got nowhere to turn or nowhere to go. It makes me feel like sometimes I'm out of control. So I'm gonna get wasted with all my country heroes. And I'm drinking some George Jones and a little bit of coke.
All right, turn off.
Haggerty's in my misery. And Waylon's keeping me from home. Ain't giving me those high tides. Cash is gonna sing it low. And I'm here getting wasted just like my country hero.
What's echoing, Flippinacci?
Yeah, I'm drinking that whiskey out of that glass. And if that ain't country, well, boys, you can
Kiss my ass.
'cause I wanna hear that.
All right. We're done with the music. That's kind of lame anyway. So tonight we're going to talk about Jay and his situation in Portland. And tonight we have Chandler with us. He's the one you can see in the video doing everything he could to help his brother out, you know. My brother I use as that term because that's what we are when we're in this kind of movement. We're more than just friends. And we learn to like build this bond that's greater than a friendship kind of relationship. It'd be like a family relationship. So if you want to tell everyone watching, who is Jay to you?
Jay was just a good dude, man. He was, I met him, I guess, 9 months or a year ago. I'm not exactly sure because, you know, you run into a lot of people at these rallies. But I do remember every time I saw him, from the time I recognized him, I knew I could go talk to that guy. He made you feel like you knew him for 10 years. We've been to any number of rallies and events in all over Oregon and Washington. I mean, he hit just about every event he could. Jay, to me, was like you said, he's a brother. He's somebody I always counted on.
And then can you give us some backstory on that day? Like what was going on in the city? I know there's like some truck rally, some drive rally.
Yeah, so actually my car was busted at the time, had a leaky water pump, and I hadn't taken the time to fix it. So, and like I said, he was somebody I always counted on. So I gave him a call. I was like, hey man, are you going to this thing up in Clackamas? He's like, yes. Do you mind giving me a ride? Of course. All right, so he shows up at my place at like noon, and this thing doesn't start until 4 o'clock. I don't know how much detail you want me to get into, but we picked me up early.
Everything.
Dude,
We got a fucking, as long as you want to talk, dude. I'm here to listen.
so he comes to my place, picks me up at about noon. We're talking, we're BSing, shooting the shit. Actually, he asked me about the whip that I had in my belt. And so we made a point, loaded up in the truck, went down to Ace Hardware, and I got him a big, long steel cable. Because let me tell you, that shit hurts. That's my favorite hand-to-hand combat weapon. Like that.
Was it a stinger?
Yeah, well, so
Yeah.
I met this guy in Seattle. That's he's a threeper, and he had a stinger, and he stuffed it in his belt loop. We were down at the beach BSing after July 4th, actually, after the flag wave of a Chaz, and he whips this thing out, and I was like, dude, I had no idea you had that on you. And I went online, and it was like $40, and I was like, yeah, that's not bad, but all it is a steel cable. I went into Ace Hardware, and it was like $2 a foot. So I went and grabbed one of those, and so Jay asked me about it. We went into the Ace Hardware, grabbed one of those. I got us kicked out because I refused to wear a mask. We got our cables. Headed up to Clackamas. I don't think we got there till like 1:30 or 2, but we were already seeing people that we knew. The whole day was a really good day, right up until the second that it wasn't. Yeah.
And then I got some videos. We'll throw one up. I kind of find this enjoyable, but I remember rallies I've been to where you're there with you're there all with your brothers, right? And they're hurting, and everything you want to do is just help them at the moment. And this video shows you putting milk and magnesia in Jay's eyes in the back of a truck. Were you guys trying to get away from a situation, or?
So that was like, as the rally started, as we were leaving Clackamas, there was this little row of BLMers out there, and they were mostly teenagers, but somebody sprayed the truck. And on the aerodynamics of the truck, the way Jay was sitting right at the tailgate, it just went over the whole truck and just landed right on. He was the only one that got it. He didn't even know what happened. And him with his attitude, man, he was just laughing it off, having a good time. And it was kind of funny.
Yeah, we'll show the video real quick.
We're not even in downtown Portland, and you're already getting based. He's already out of the game. I don't know what that's like an injury in a shoot around.
You gotta wait till his eyes open. Hey, you gotta wait till his eyes open.
Yeah, They say air gets rid of the side. This side.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Especially if you blink a lot. In the 4 years of doing this.
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of Proud Boys get maced, and I don't care if you're like the biggest, toughest guy out there. You get fucking mace in your eyes. I've seen grown ass men freak the fuck out because it hurts.
Yeah.
And it's bad pain. It doesn't go away. You shower and it comes back. You like sweat and then it runs back down into your eyes. Some intense shit, and you can just see in the video he's a straight fucking warrior.
Wild to see somebody laughing, man.
Yeah, he's laughing while you're fucking trying to put the shit in his eyes. I think that's funny. When I was in Portland last time in front of the Justice Center, we got maced pretty bad. Were you at that rally?
The 22nd?
Yeah, I think that was the one where the Blue Lives Matter people.
Yeah. I was flying in back from Arizona, and my plane was late, so I didn't get there till like 1:30. But yeah, I was there. I got there. First person that actually recognized me was Jay. Came up and approached me and said, "What's up?"
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to go take the paintball gun from that guy behind the tree.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go right there and take it.
Yeah, dude, he was hitting everyone. I got paintball. One of my buddies got paintball right in the face, and he reached out and blocked a paintball from hitting this chick in the face. He's like, "Oh, you don't have goggles on." And he reaches his hand out in front of her face and takes one to the hand. Just perfect timing, because she would have probably been blind. But yeah, the bear mace is fucking crazy. That's the thing too, is like bear mace is crazy and it hurts. And it's a deterrent not to do anything more. And
it's not lethal force.
It's
right?
not lethal force. Yeah, it's like a fuck you, get away from me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
they showered me with that shit about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, this shit's spicy.
Vigil. Man, brutal. I forgot how brutal it was.
Yeah, and then
you know what? Now I don't feel. I've had it happen to me so many times now. I definitely don't feel bad about doing it to anybody else. I know exactly what it is, and if I'm justified in doing it.
Also, so at Jay's Vigil, there was an incident, right?
Yeah.
So you got any info on that?
So what I understand is essentially it was I can't remember. Shane's a pledge still at that point.
Yeah.
And and after Jay's Vigil, somebody had, I don't know if they were camping out. I don't know all the details, but I do know that a BLM, the Antifa affiliate activist member, I don't know how you call them. They're just an idea, right?
Yeah.
This idea ran Shane down.
Yeah.
With his car.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the video real quick to share. Suspect arrested. I can't find it. I had it. So Shane Moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got ran over at a Vigil. So do you know what that guy was doing at the Vigil? Was there Antifa that just showed up?
There's always Antifa at our events. There's always at least some that call themselves press. There's usually a few out there looking like they're waiting for an excuse to try to pull somebody off and stab them. He was probably same thing, probably just looking for a target.
It's the weirdest thing, man. We get attacked. We get fucking bear maced. We get
shot in the street.
Yeah, we get shot in the street. We get stalked and shot in the street. Like Jay's murder wasn't just somebody was doing self-defense. I mean, the guy claims it was self-defense. He said he was scared for his colored friend, which I love how they use colored people as a pawn to do lethal force.
Yeah, they call us racist, but their whole message is that black people can't stand up for themselves.
Yeah. We need to get more blacks into schools because they're not smart enough to do it themselves equally with everyone. And I know some fucking smart ass black people. There's black people that own businesses. Like, what's their issue?
That's an old
Yeah.
man, the bigotry of low expectations, man. It's not seeing them as equal and then claiming to be the anti-racist.
Yeah.
Right. They always try to say that America is systemically racist, and I can only point out one racist piece of legislation at all, and that is affirmative action.
Yeah, it's pretty racist. So
If me and Manuel over here get the same grades, he's more likely, and we apply to the same college, he's more likely to get in than I am because of his skin color.
yeah,
So you want to talk about racism? Let's start there.
yeah. Something funny when I was in Washington, we were with I was probably at the time, and I got a contract little security thing. Obviously, I'm not licensed or anything, so total liability. But this Asian conservative group, I forget what their name was, but it's like Asian Conservatives of America. They went out and did all these ballots or these petitions. Got signatures. They had to get like 250,000 signatures, and they set up places at malls. They were attacked by Antifa when they'd set up and get signatures, and they got all the signatures they needed. It was for Initiative 1000 referendum 68 or something like that, or I forget what it was now. But this Asian group contacts us, and they're like, "Hey, we're worried we're gonna get attacked when we go to deliver these." And we had like a security little convoy group because they were so afraid of being attacked by Antifa. And it's an Asian group. Asians are minorities, even though they're higher on the bell curve than any other race, but
Including white people.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with their culture. Their culture. They find education to be something important, which I think they're right.
They're very well disciplined. You know,
Yeah.
our culture here in the U.S. I mean, there's not a lot of comparatively. You know, Asian families don't get divorced like we do.
No, not at all.
We're a culture of fatherless homes now, so there's no discipline, there's no structure in the household.
Yeah.
None in the school.
Yeah, well, and then you have most of the teachers are women, so you get a kid that's being raised by a single mom. Then he goes to school and he's being taught by a woman, and he sees his dad twice a month, for a couple of days. And dad's usually so broke he can barely do anything with this kid that's productive. I mean, this kid's like getting 90% feminine influence and no discipline.
Yeah. I got a good little video. I was gonna share this video real quick. I'm gonna bring it on the screen. Just bear with my high level of oh, here we go. This is the hit and run thing. It should be popping up here soon. There it is. So it talks about the hit and run on this. This is News Weekly. It talks about Patriot Prayer. Oh, we got no volume. Hold up.
Right.
So before I start it talks about the Patriot Prayer. Actually, what does it say? Yeah, Patriot Prayer followed injured in Vancouver hit and run suspect arrested. So they're not even saying that. Yeah, right here. A man has been arrested in Vancouver, Washington, on suspicions of hitting and run a vehicle who attended a tribute event for Patriot Prayer follower killed in Portland last month. Charles, 30 years old, was charged with assault 1 and a felony hit and run after he handed himself into police on Monday. Police said that the victim was struck by a vehicle on Saturday after he and his friends traveled from downtown Vancouver to a bar located. Charles is alleged to be followed the group of friends from downtown Vancouver into the bar and started filming them. Police said that there's no verbal confrontation. The suspect made the group feel uncomfortable by filming them. Is this the same fucking thing, or is this a different one?
Shane Moon, right there. The victim has been identified as Shane Moon, suffered non-life-threatening injuries as a result of the hit and run. Yeah, they didn't talk about his fucking ears bleeding out when he got hit. Yeah.
Hey, we're about to have Rex Fergus on after a little while. He's got to come onto the stream. I don't see him, but yeah. So it says Rex Fergus, a friend of the victim, said that the group has been at Esther Short Park earlier that day and attended a Patriot Prayer Memorial for Arron J. Danielson. So his first name is actually Arron,
Yeah.
and then his like rally name's Jay, right?
Yeah, I've always known him as Jay. And actually, I got, after he was killed, I got in touch with a whole bunch of people contacted me. One of them was an ex-girlfriend from like 10 years ago. And she said that she always introduced himself as Jay. They were together for like 3 months or 6 months or some significant period of time before she found out his real name was Arron.
It says hundreds of people were at the memorial event organized by far-right group, which police confirmed passed without incident. Weird how we can have a thing and nothing happens, right?
Right.
Crazy. Moon's brother Dustin also told KATU News the victim attended the Patriot Prayer Memorial on Saturday. Fergus said that the group went to Charlie's Bar and Grill where so these motherfuckers tracked them down to a bar. See, I didn't even know this beforehand. I thought it happened at the memorial. So they followed him from they followed you guys from the memorial to the bar and then ran someone over.
Yeah, well, I wasn't at the bar with them. We split and went actually back to my place, and another group went to Charlie's bar, so I wasn't there for that one. So like I said, I don't know what happened exactly, but sounds like that exactly. He stalked us. He stalked them from the memorial, from the vigil that we had.
Yeah, it says here this is quoting Rex. He came into the bar and immediately was aggressive with everyone that was in the bar. He was aggressive with the bouncer. He was aggressive with everyone that he came in contact with. He came into the bar, immediately pulled his phone out and started coming over to our tables and putting his phone in our faces. Yeah, that sounds like a sane person.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and he was like affiliated with the Mongols or something too. So that's part of how they started to track him down because of that affiliation. I don't remember. Somebody said he had a tattoo or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember him. He was affiliated with the Mongols at one point. And they said they X'd that guy out.
Okay. Yeah, it says Fergus said people began recording the suspect after he was asked to leave in case something happened. Well, something did happen. He jumped back in his truck and he ran over Shane. Video has been posted online, which is believed to be the aftermath of the hit and run, showing the victim on the ground. The GoFundMe has been put up. They talk about how they try to make it seem like the people that are donating are like crazy QAnon people with the whole where we all go. Yeah, where one goes, we all go. The page also shows there was a $1,000 donation from Gavin McGinnis, along with the message war. McGinnis, the name leader of a far-right group, Proud Boys. They always do this. Proud Boys and Patriot Prayer have held several demonstrations in Portland over the years that have escalated into violence after being met with counter protests. Imagine if they never showed up.
Yeah, imagine if they never showed up. Imagine that. I recognize like half the people in that picture too.
Yeah. Hey, there's Haley. There's what's that one dude? That's Rex too, right?
Reggie.
Reggie, yeah. And there's
Rebel.
Is that Rebel or oh no, that's
that's Kareem. That's
Kareem,
Rebel.
yeah. Yeah. Isn't that the chick dating that one dude? No. So yeah, but yeah, it's funny how so me and you have never met, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we know all these patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys usually do their own little thing. But there's history with all that stuff. You probably already know about that shit.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I try not to get too involved. I like Haley. We get along because we're the same type of white trash.
Yeah.
But, I just try to stay out of the drama as much as I can.
Yeah, and that's the thing with especially like up there, man. There's drama within our own little factions of groups. It's kind of
well, yeah, and I could get into that for hours, man. On the left, it's just BLM Antifa, right? It's just Antifa. That's all there is. But on the right, we've got the Sons of Liberty and the Proud Boys and the Three Percenters and the Oath Keepers and on and on and on. Because everybody wants their clout. Everybody wants their group to be the boss.
Clout chase.
Everybody wants to be on fucking Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit play on this, and so this video is gonna play, and it's gonna show how It's going to talk about racism, obviously, because that's the only thing they say that is making them do all these crazy killings, right? It's always race bait stuff.
Right. But then they go.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, then they go and punch out Philip Anderson's teeth in San Francisco for having a 1A event after he invited people to speak from the left.
Yeah.
Or they stabbed Rebel a month before they murdered Jay, and then they just busted his head open with a rock on Friday.
Wow.
It has nothing to do with color. It's just an excuse. Just pandering.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, they call the ones on our side race traders.
Yeah, and Uncle Tom's and all kinds of stuff. It's really ugly.
Other names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I want to go back. So you see any black people in this photo where it says Black Lives Matter?
No, dude, we're always more diverse than they are.
I mean, I appreciate it. I really do. Like white people standing up for blacks, but I mean, that picture alone, you can see that. I don't know. Maybe the black people are like, nah, we ain't gonna go out there and risk our lives because maybe they fear like they've been told to fear right-wing groups, right?
It's not that, I don't think, because on both Friday and Saturday, I was approached by two black gentlemen who introduced themselves as gang members, and both of them said that they're not down for the rioting. And to go a little deeper, real quick, I've got a family friend, guy's 6'5", 300-pound black dude, raised in North Portland, been a crack dealer, gangbanger his whole life, just got out on an 8-year stretch, federal time. Says, you know what happens when you defund the police? Guys my size come into your house and decide what's yours and what's mine.
Yeah.
They're not about that shit, man. They're not about defunding the police. Really not about the looting and the rioting. They want their communities to be safe just the same.
Yeah. Well, because if it's I know if drug dealing's legal for everyone to do it or there's no consequence, that price of that drug goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, hey, if you're gonna hustle.
Well, I'm not condoning what he did or didn't do. My point was that this is a guy who's been profiled his entire life, being a gangbanger from a young age.
Yeah.
Like they'd see him rolling down the street and be like, what can I stop him for? Because I know he's got dope on him.
Yeah.
And this is a guy who says, don't defund the police.
Yeah. So they said that. So we're anti-racism protests against police brutality in the U.S. So they just showed that guy, right, the black dude,
coming out with a knife.
Coming out with a knife. Even if you're not a police officer and someone runs at you with a knife.
Rules of engagement. I mean, you use lethal force against me, I'm authorized to use it against you.
Yeah, it's a terrible situation to be in. I could say that, but I got 2 kids. I don't know if you got 2 kids, Chandler, but I got 2 kids that I want to go home to. I got a wife I want to go home to. I got dogs I want to go home to. I'm not going to let the idea of me being called racist overtake my chance that I might die, you know?
Right.
Officers opened fire when they say the man walked towards them, refusing to drop that knife.
So 1 person died, 30 officers injured, right?
No justice, no peace. Prosecute the police.
So this is the video that they play on this article where it talks about Patriot Prayer followed injured in Vancouver, hit and run, suspect arrested. So not only is, I mean,
Yeah, what does this have to do with any of that? Man?
Yeah.
It's
What
just
they're trying to do, they're trying to paint us like we're opposing their racial justice. It makes
Yeah.
us look like we're up against Black Lives Matter. That's why their group is named like that. Same with Antifa. How can you be against anti-fascism? Nobody here is a fascist. Nobody here is a racist.
Yeah.
So groups go out and they commit these atrocities and murders. I mean, how many people have been killed since the beginning of these riots defending with David Dorn, defending a pawn shop, right? Retired police officer, a black man was killed. How many other people have been killed? I think, if I recall correctly, the number is pretty close to 1,000.
Yeah.
And they justify that. Black people, white people, indiscriminate. They just kill them.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Sorry, that's the Jay's video. So we'll go to the article with we're kind of jumping all over the place. Well, I mean by we, I mean me.
Just trying to keep up, man.
Yeah, no, as long as we're having fun, that's really what it's about. So this is the article this is from the Insider. I don't know if this is left or right. It's probably left media. But
The left media, man.
I personally, I've read the left media shit so often that I'm just so in tune with blocking out the bullshit.
Mhm.
And like, especially when you know these people and then you hear some of the stuff they say, you can just kind of go, well, that's not true. That's not true. And then you hear what the quotes say and you're like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So here's
our favorite white nationalist right there.
Yeah, that's actually the number one white nationalist in the world right now.
Yeah.
Joe Biden said, what did Joe Biden say? Yeah. He's actually got Recruiter of the Year right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, bringing up us in the debate. I mean, we just can't get enough, you know?
Oh, yeah, actually, I heard that. I think the Seattle chapter, one of the guys that does the emails, told me they went from like a handful a week to over 100 or over 1,000 or some ridiculous number.
Yeah, that's
we've experienced similar phenomena.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that's all over the country. And it's like Obama, up until the coronavirus, Obama sold more guns than anybody. Now Biden's recruiting more patriots than anybody. The left is working out for us, man.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I know, shouldn't be texting during a live stream. Yeah. What a fucking idiot. Yeah, so obviously, here's the white dude that's so terrible. He's from Cuba.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's from Cuba. They have a history with Cubans have a history with hating socialism. So and then for me, like thinking of Enrique, not that I'm a fanboy or anything, but to think someone that's seen socialism firsthand, like all I know is what I've read and I don't like it. This motherfucker right here has lived through it. And he's come to America and now he is part of probably, I'm going to say, the number one group in America that is, obviously there's a lot of groups that are against socialism and communism, right? Your right-wing groups, your conservative groups, your even like your libertarian groups, which kind of what Proud Boys are, if you look at the definition, or our core tenets. It's very libertarian, except the whole thing where if you fuck with us on the streets, we will use self-defense and make it look like assault. But to have someone that's been there, lived through it, I swear I heard an interview of him. His family had a farm out in Cuba, and that had gotten taken from him because that's how socialism works. Mm-hmm. So he fled here, right? What better country to come to from living in socialist country and then moving here? And now he's part of the biggest white nationalist group in the world.
Yeah,
it'd be awesome if someone cut that and just that part and like, oh, see, they admitted it. I was being sarcastic.
No, I know you were, but it was just funny it came out that way.
Yeah, So Enrique Tarrio, a leader of the Proud Boys, attends Proud Boys rally. Okay, that's the definition of the picture. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's in Portland. That was just a little while ago. I was out there on the 26th.
Yeah, September 26th. He invited me to speak on stage that day.
Yeah, you were there. You were with the guy you don't know, Rex, the guy with the beer that wears the cloud glasses too.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was an amazing event, dude. I think that's the first time I heard you speak, and I was pretty drunk the whole time doing interviews with people I shouldn't be doing interviews with. And I watched it obviously sober later on, but man, you're a really good speaker. I just want to say that. And
I appreciate that, man.
I'm super happy I could have you. What'd you say?
I said I always feel like I'm screwing up. Like I think the biggest boner was I said 2,000 people. I meant to say 1,000, and I just remember a split second. I was like, no, but I can't correct it, so I just went 2,200.
Yeah, dude. Hey, if you got to pull a Donald Trump, you pull a Donald Trump. You say there's 500,000 people there. Fuck it.
Fucking power through it, right?
Yeah, but no, it was amazing to have you on stage, especially after the bullshit that you've been through, and yeah. So we got 3 right-wing activists. Activists were reportedly stabbed earlier. Reportedly stabbed. No, motherfucker, they were stabbed Wednesday morning in an altercation near the White House in Washington D.C. Someday I'll go to Washington D.C. Have you ever been to Washington D.C.?
Nah, I've always wanted to. It's always been on my bucket list. I might make a point to go before they try to take it from us.
Yeah, we might have to go.
I'm just gonna end up there and we have to hold the line.
We might have to start a GoFundMe and get you out there. Especially if there's yeah, we'll have to sell some stuff for shekels and get you out there. Among those reportedly injured in the incident were Enrique Tarrio, the chairman of the Proud Boys, and the right-wing activist Bevelyn Betty. So she was in Chaz, and we did security for her when she went to Chaz. She is known now big for a viral video where she was in New York, Philadelphia, one of those towns, right, with the big old Black Lives Matter on the road. Maybe it was Washington, D.C.
Oh, I think that was New York, and she went and poured the tar all over it.
Oh, yeah, black paint, but yeah.
Yeah.
And she poured it all over there, and I think she was screaming something like, "You guys don't care about Black lives," and she's on her hands and knees, and people are trying to stop her, and she's like pleading as a strong Black woman that she is not for Black Lives Matter, and she's big time Christian, which I can appreciate that. Known for defacing Black Lives. Okay, if I were to read a little bit further, known for defacing Black Lives Matter murals. In a video posted on Instagram from the hospital, Betty claimed members of Black Lives Matter were responsible, although there's no such evidence so far to support her claims. Which I don't know. So that's the part where you read the fake news.
Well, that's never stopped them from claiming that like
far right
or like calling people Proud Boys.
Yeah,
like Proud Boy, this and that committed this. They never need proof.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Right. Yeah, we got this little terrorist out here runs around a wheelchair. Call him Hot Wheels. Every time I see him,
I know Hot Wheels. I know Hot Wheels.
Yeah. Every time I see him, dude. Every single time I see him, he claims I pointed a gun at him the last time I saw him. And then he claims he has video of it. And I'm like, motherfucker, post it. Because here's the deal. I know I didn't point my gun at you because you're still fucking breathing. Right? I don't point my gun until it's time to shoot. So that's how I know for sure I didn't do it. Doesn't matter how much I've been drinking that day. I should not have said that out loud.
No, you're fine. No one will probably do this. But no, that's the thing. Like, we get so much shit. We get shitted on. We get shitted on all the time for fucking every little thing. What's the last one they said was a Proud Boy? And I had random people that knew I was a Proud Boy and would talk to me and go, "Are you going to be at a ballot? Are you going to be at a little voting booth?" And I'm like, "Why are they saying this?" They had a fucking fake news Proud Boy, right? Quote, what they are saying, Proud Boy, that said he was going to bomb a voter's booth, right? And then they find out it's a fucking leftist, and he's quoted saying, "I'm doing this for the Proud Boys," right? Did you hear about this?
I didn't hear about that, but it doesn't surprise me. You remember that kidnapping? They were going to try to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. And they said that was some right wing group. And then there's this video of this guy with his fucking earlobes down to his shoulder and an anarchy flag in the background. Yeah. Sounds conservative to me.
Now they say it's the Boogaloo Boys, right?
Which weren't they initially like kind of on our side, and recently they seem to just be swinging more left.
Yeah, the thing is, we created Boogaloo Boys as a joke, and now
creating Proud Boys is a joke too.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it like events. I've gone in Hawaiian t-shirts with fucking body armor because that's the Boogaloo Boy look, right?
Okay.
The Hawaiian t-shirts, and then they're like libertarian, but they lean left, and they'll walk with BLM, you know, and it's like, how are you a libertarian but you support a Marxist group? That doesn't even make sense.
Right.
That's not libertarian at all.
It's because they're confused. They want anarchy. They want self-agency to the degree that they can't have it, and so they'll align themselves with anybody to do it. And they're too damn stupid to realize they're going to just be used as pawns.
Libertarians are so scared of being called racist too. They fear it. So if Black Lives Matter says you're racist if you don't march with us and raise your right hand and say Black Lives Matter, they fear that shit. So they'll go, oh no, we're with you guys too. We think Black Lives Matter, which of course, if you walk the street and you go up to any random person without any kind of affiliation with a group and you go, hey, do you think black people are important and their lives matter? Everyone's going to go, yeah, why would you even bring that up? That's stupid. Why are you talking to me? That sounds stupid what you're saying. You sound stupid. It's like, just shut up. But the thing is, it's an organization. It's not about their whole movement, you know?
Yeah, the fake message that Black Lives Matter. It's almost funny if it wasn't so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It blows me away, dude. And then the fact that people can't see through it.
Yeah, and
I've asked you, call me a racist. I stand on stage with Black Cuban, Enrique, and I walk the streets with Black Rebel and Kareem and Philip Anderson and any other number of whoever the hell wants to show up, because it doesn't matter. It's actually Martin Luther King has this really amazing quote, and I'll paraphrase it because I don't remember it verbatim, but something to the effect of men should be judged on the content of the character, not the color of their skin. So the first thing I see when you show up. Yeah, the first thing I see when you show up is, how are you treating my friends?
Yep. Yeah, that's the left hates that too, because they're like, no, we need to judge people by color, not their character.
Right.
I don't care if they're burning and looting and killing cops. Their color is what's important.
Right. Yeah, like all these people that they march the streets for, like 90% of them are drug dealers who pulled guns on cops. Patrick Kimmons actually. The Hoover Crip here in Portland was killed a couple of years ago. That the result of that event is what brought me to the street. They were down here pulling elderly Trump supporters out of their cars, stopping them in the middle of downtown Portland, pulling them out of their cars and beating on them. And then our police commissioner, who's also our mayor, Ted Wheeler, said, yeah, you guys don't do anything about it. Stand down. So the cops didn't stop them. And I was like, what in the fuck?
Yeah. That's some shady fucking. I would see that in like a southern county, you know?
Yeah, like some small town where nobody's reporting and there's not much you can do because he's just been in power. So not in a major city in the U.S. where all eyes are on us. I just had my final interview with a Danish reporter today. I've done interviews with the UK, 2 with France. I'm talking to people from all over the country. There are eyes internationally on Portland. I made the Daily Mail again on Friday. I didn't do a report for them, but I made the Daily Mail again on Friday. All eyes internationally are on Portland and other places like it in the U.S. How in the fuck this guy is getting away with it, I don't know. Yeah. It blows me away. It's like some shit out of a movie.
Hey Chandler, we're gonna plug that hat real quick. We're gonna jump off this topic real quick. If you could show everyone the hat you have.
Yeah, this is the Justice for Jay hat. They're embroidered here. A lot of people have asked us about how they can spread the message, how they can help. We got hats and T-shirts. Both say the same thing: Justice for Jay. We know that the guy that murdered him was killed 5 days later by U.S. Marshals, but Kate Brown, our governor, who's allowed and encouraged violence against us and allowed these riots for the last 6 months, our mayor who's encouraged them and told the police that they need to stand down and not use tear gas and not use the resources available to them, and the DA who had refused to press charges against the guy who shot Jay on 2 separate occasions, at least in the year leading up to the shooting. Before it all happened, he was downtown with a gun. He's out racing at 115 miles an hour, and they don't press charges on him. All those people need to answer for that, and this is what that hat means to us. And the proceeds here are split between myself, and they go to Jay's business partner, who's been suffering he's been suffering a lot since Jay's passing. He's also his best friend of 20 years. So if you guys want to support us, get a hold of me on Twitter. We're working on a website right now, but be happy to ship them out to you wherever you're at in the country. They're $20 for a hat, $20 for a shirt.
And then real quick, what is your Twitter?
It's just at Chandler Pappas. Should be really easy to find.
Chandler Pappas.
That's it.
All right, so it's going to be underneath where you're talking.
Perfect.
So that's it right there.
That's it.
So if they hit you up on Twitter, they just send you a message, or
send me a message, or if for whatever reason you can't, comment on one of my posts, or post and tag me in it. I've been working on getting better at responding to my messages. I want to make sure I get this, get anybody out who wants one, a piece of a hat or a shirt or whatever.
Awesome. And yeah, hopefully, I know we don't have a ton of viewers, but people will watch this hopefully later, and maybe they'll listen 46 minutes into this interview. I don't know. But how much are the hats or T-shirts?
They're both $20 each. So whatever you prefer.
So
we
maybe
got all sizes from small up to quadruple XL.
Yeah, 20's not that bad for a hat or a shirt.
Yeah, well, hats cost almost 3 times as much as shirts to have made.
Yeah, so I guess buy more shirts.
Everything, man. Buy one of each.
Yeah, buy one of each.
Whatever you want, man. It all goes to help the cause.
Yeah, Halloween's over, but Christmas is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving. What better message to say when you sit down with your liberal fucking cocksucker parents than to wear your liberal cocksucking parents, and well, maybe you have 2 dads. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I don't know your story, but
I mean, it's Portland, right? Where I'm at. Shit.
Yeah. So I mean, what better message to wear that? And you don't even, like, my wife is so against me at family events. Like, I have to go move some furniture for my my wife's aunt tomorrow after I pick up her friend. I'm just my wife's bitch lately, but I have to go move this furniture, and she's like, "Please do not talk about the election." And I'm like, for being as like such a pronounced Proud Boy, and like I'm not super pro Trump, but I mean he's the only option I got right now, so I'm gonna go with Trump train. Right? Yeah, but for me, being the way I am, when I'm around her family that's not okay with Trump, I'd never bring up anything, but I'll wear like sly shit, or I'll as they're all inside talking, I'll throw a fucking Trump sticker on one of their fucking cars. Which I did.
Passive aggressive there.
They'll never watch this stream. I know they will never watch it, but I tagged my fucking my mother-in-law's car with a Trump sticker, and it was pretty funny because my wife said, "We're never going to tell her that you did that." She's like, "I'm taking that to the grave." I was like, "I love you." But yeah,
even if you can't deface your family's property, at least rock the Justice for Jay hat. Support the cause, man, where it matters.
Yeah. I mean, people spend fucking $100 on Abercrombie and Fitch t-shirts. You can buy a fucking hat and a t-shirt for what, $40? Does that include shipping?
For both of them. Yeah, I mean, if you bought 2 of them, I could probably ship that for that. Yeah. Just message me. We'll figure it out, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do the combo, the hat, the t-shirt.
Yeah. Throw $50. If you buy the hat and the shirt, throw him $50 and he'll mail it to you.
Shipped. Yeah, anywhere in the country. I'll send it priority, 3-day mail.
There you go. Now that we plugged your nice gear, we'll go back to talking about this stabbing, which, man, this shit happens way more than we'd like to happen, right?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, we still find ourselves, I was just out there with Joey the other night, and we still find ourselves getting wrapped up in arguments with these people that just want to see us dead. The mental gymnastics required to take the stance that they take is absolutely ridiculous. and they just get you wrapped up talking and talking and talking until they can distract you enough that somebody comes from the side and knocks your teeth out.
Yeah, no, I've seen it multiple times. Is they'll have like a little decoy person and bait you into like a little scenario, and then you get a fucking bike lock to the head or a baton to the head, and they're like, "Oh,
somebody sticks you in the kidney."
Yeah, I mean that's what happened to that the Betty lady, Bevelyn Betty, or is it Beatty? I don't know.
I think it's Beatty. I don't know. I'm not positive.
I apologize. She'll probably never watch this, so it'll be fine. But even with, I don't know, Fox 5, whoever the fuck this dude is, he says injury's not life-threatening. Oh, I did not mean to go to his Twitter. Yeah, so it says injury's not life. Goddamn internet. It says injury's not life-threatening. Like they try to, even when we do get attacked, they make it seem like it's nothing.
Yeah, no big deal, right? Like you said, they didn't mention Shane was bleeding out of his fucking ears. Said the same thing about Relly, non-life-threatening stabbing. It was inches from, it wasn't even multiple inches. I think it was like 1.5 inches from his kidney.
Yeah, so on this article too, so they're talking about Proud Boys. And they always fucking do this. It says the Proud Boys, which recently received a shout out from President Trump. That's not true. Technically, we received a shout out from Joe Biden.
Yeah, what did Trump say? He said, "Stand back, stand by," and then the next day he said something else that I don't remember, but it wasn't very positive.
No,
and then they always followed up with that, right?
Said,
hate group as established by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Yeah, he condemned the Proud Boys, and then they go with was founded in 2016 as an extremist fraternity and is classified as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. The group has been associated with recent incidents of violence in the U.S. and blah blah blah. Who cares? Tario did not immediately return Senator's request for comment, but told far-right news. Like, they even dogged the fucking his response. Like, the dude just got slashed in the stomach. Tario did not immediately return insider's request for comment, but told far-right news group outlet, the Gateway Pundit, that he had been slashed in the stomach. He told the outlet his injuries weren't serious. I don't know if they weren't serious, but if I'm the chairman of the Proud Boys and I get attacked, I would never make it look like they fucking got me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, he'd probably be walking around with a bullet hole in him, just
be like, and he'd still be like, "You guys are a bunch of commie bitches."
Yeah, right. Yeah, they use that shit a lot, and then they even try to make like being a Trump supporter is almost that's almost a slight, right? That's almost as bad as calling you a racist. So, like I said, I made the Daily News and TMZ picked this story up when we were in Vancouver when BLM showed up. And this dude comes across the street, asked for me by name, and we come to a resolution because a bunch of guys, we were down the street, just to let them know we were there, and like 20 people went down to flag wave in front of their vigil, which frankly I wasn't cool with. They asked me, I told them don't go. They told me they were going. I said don't do it, and it was about 20 minutes after that they were gone, and another 20 minutes before I realized they were down there. So the second I get down there, literally within a minute, this mob comes across the street of about equal size, 20, 30 people. This dude asked for me by name. And we end up having a conversation. Turns out real well. He says, "Look, I'm not with BLM. I know the guy that was shot. You wouldn't want us to do this to your vigil." I was like, "You're fucking right. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna pull them back, and you guys do your vigil. I'm thinking, I'm gonna wait until you guys start breaking shit before we come back." But you don't say that. So anyway, it worked out. And there's a picture of us shaking hands. And what it starts with is Trump supporter and civil leader. Come to resolution, a handshake keeps the peace, something like that. But they got to say Trump supporter. They can't just say one guy and another guy. Somebody, a patriot and a BLM supporter. He was out there because he's BLM. That's the truth.
So let's go through this. Let's go through this Gateway Pundit one right now, because this is Gateway Pundit is right winged, right?
That's what they claim to be, but so does Fox. So who knows?
It says pro-Trump activists, multiple Proud Boys were stabbed in D.C. while attempting to help another person who was being assaulted. Wow. Okay. Proud Boys founder Enrique Duro tells Pundit that
Proud Boys founder.
Yeah, so they fuck that up all the time.
Yeah.
Well, he's the chairman, but they
say leader and president and all kinds of. Even I fuck that up sometimes. I call him the president, the national president.
Chairman.
Yeah, he's
chairman. I know it slips out because everybody's a local president, right? Chapter president.
it shows the fucking laziness on their part. These so-called journalists, man, they just write whatever they fucking want. They'll call you any kind of thing, but probably they'll call you Trump supporter or racist or whatever. It just shows, man, they're not on the side of the truth. It's pure propaganda. They have an agenda in publishing this shit. They have no allegiance to the truth. It's whatever pushes that narrative, man.
Wow. Someone on a comment on YouTube just said, Charles Spears said, Proud Boys are Nazi racist and everyone knows it. Jeez.
What if I told you the national chairman of the Proud Boys is a black Cuban?
Crazy, right? No, yeah, he is. Weird. So I'm still sharing the screen. Yeah, so look at that. Is that a box cutter?
I don't know what that is. That maybe a
folding knife,
a pocket knife or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell.
One probably stabbed in the neck. Another was slashed in the ear. Look at that blood. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Very serious, but no life threatening. That's what Tario says. He says that they were walking to their cars when they saw a man getting stabbed and got involved. He says the attackers were Black Lives Matter supporters, which
Black Lives Matter supporters. It was Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You won't hear it on the news.
Well, remember that pushes the narrative that they're not a real organization. They're an idea.
Yeah.
Right. They support the cause. They're
Kind
not
of like
members.
Kind of like Antifa, right?
Right. Yeah, because it's all just an idea.
Imagine when we fuck someone up in self-defense, obviously, if they said, someone said,
Proud Boy supporters.
he says, yeah, they were just Proud Boy supporters.
Patriot prayer supporters.
Yeah, Patriot prayer supporters, because they don't know, you know? They try to act all, I don't know for sure.
Even that there, though, when it quotes Enrique as saying very serious but not life-threatening, didn't the other source quote him as saying not serious?
It said not life-threatening, but it didn't say very serious.
Yeah, it's
well, they made it seem like it was just a walk in the park, and some people,
hey, not serious. It just shows you, man, they're not after reporting the truth, man.
We were helping some guys that some guy that was getting stabbed by 2 black males and 1 female. Bevelin got stabbed, as well as 2 Proud Boys, and the guy they were attacking, I got slashed, but it's not serious. Yeah, that's what he said. We were walking to our cars, Tario explained. No arrest has been made at this time. So, can you see this video? Oh, this is the police are already there. Oh, this is the one of Bevelin throwing the shit down. We'll watch this one first. Can you hear that shit?
No, we're not standing with Black Lives Matter. We want our police. Refund our police. Refund our police. Y'all don't care about Black lives. Get the pain. Y'all don't care about Black lives. Refund the police. Refund the police. They say Black Lives Matter. They say Black Lives Matter, right? They say Black Lives Matter. Oh, they don't care about Black lives. They don't care about Black lives. They don't care. 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 Refund the
Wait, is
I
that
recognize her now.
Is that music playing in the background?
What was that music?
Wait, did you hear that?
I didn't hear the music.
Watch this.
I thought that was you, man.
No. Look how dramatic that was. Hey, look how dramatic this is. Hey, this black woman. I know black women are fucking strong. Let's not take away from that. But watch this gimp ass cop. What the fuck is that shit, dude?
Look at the guy. He
all
weighs
the
like 130
cameras
pounds, dude.
Dude, he saw all the camera there, and he's like, I'm gonna trip on this paint, and I'm gonna have her look like she's attacking me.
Exactly. Even though she's on their side.
He's grabbing his head like he had a concussion too.
I think he's laughing.
Jesus matters. Jesus matters. We will never support.
He's still fucking down. Look, that guy's reaching for his gun too. You see that?
Uh-huh. Oh shit, is that what he's doing? I think he's turning off from help.
Oh, all the Black Lives Matter people, they're trying to help the cop out now. Do you see that?
Yeah, dude, that's what always happens. That's what always happens. They arrested a couple of our guys the other night, and they're all like, "Yeah, thanks for doing your job. Thought you wanted to defund the police, dude." That's the thing; they can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
They would not survive without the police, because I don't think they really understand. The police are there to protect them from us.
Mhm.
It's not the other way around.
Yeah.
Defund the police. Jesus matters. Jesus matters. We will never support Black Lives Matter. Why don't you stop us?
Dude, that cop.
I actually recognize her now from Chaz. She's the one who's sitting there chewing that white liberal out, telling him that we don't support the homosexual, this and that transgender agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I remember
This is breaking incident again. Okay, dude, that fucking cop. He's probably still laying on the ground over there.
Yeah.
He's
still rocking around holding his head.
He's like, "Give me my pension." Shit. All right. So where was that fucking? Oh yeah, here it is.
Whoa, hey! Whoa, hey! Black Lives Matter over here. Hey.
That sounds like Jen Lo.
Hey.
Dude, that is Jen Lo. You know who Jen Lo is?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that is Jen Lo.
No shit.
Yeah, Jen Lo's recording this.
Oh shit.
In this
I gotta send her some hats too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, fuck it. Just charge her again. Tell her Milkshake was okay. No. Jen Lo's great. She's awesome. But in this video, watch her back after she gets stabbed.
Whoa, hey! Black Lives Matter over here. Hey.
Hey, I guess right now they're fucking around and finding out. And I mean, obviously they had to use a knife. They couldn't just use their fists.
Yeah, and then ran away.
Right there, that was the
stab right there.
See that?
That little 90-pound fucker there.
Hey!
Dude, and she still kept fighting too.
Yeah. Well, what are you supposed to do in that situation, man? You got to.
Yeah, you got to fight for your life.
Yeah, they'll cut your throat.
Gotta help him. I know, but you gotta help him. Yeah, girl,
yeah, I know all the people there. I just don't want to name people that have their face covered.
He tried to stab you. They stabbed me. They stabbed me. Oh shit! They stabbed Bevel and Beatty right now.
It is Bevel and Beatty. It's not Betty.
Just stabbed Bevel and Beatty. Call 911. I got him on camera.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's who that is.
Jeremy, get back over here.
Well, he's doxxed.
Don't go over there by yourself, Jeremy. No.
No one will know who his real, like his fake name is, though.
Okay, we just got jumped by Black Lives Matter, and they just stabbed Bevel and Beatty.
I relate to that feeling because
going back
after Jay was shot, and they were sitting there talking to the cops. They pushed us all off of his body, and it finally occurred to me that he was dead, and all I could think about was going out for justice. I fucking took off running looking for the guy. I couldn't find him, dude. I don't know how much more heartbroken I could have been until I couldn't fucking find the guy.
Yeah. Damn, there's whoever this Charles Spears is. He goes, Proud Boys are the modern brown shirt Nazis. Yeah, well, the difference.
I met some brown shirts down in San Francisco.
The difference between brown shirts is they actually will fucking kill you.
Yeah, they were fucking some shit up down there. Guess whose side they were on? Not ours.
Probably the left side, because what better group to be a part of than the left?
I mean, if you want to commit violence and hurt people, yeah, absolutely. On the right here, we'll keep you in check. We self-police.
Yeah. Heard a guy named Thomas going by the name of Enrique doing blackface and chairman of PB. It's sad they go so far and cover their white supremacist BS.
That's bullshit.
Dude, you know what's awesome? Is my live stream has fucking left us on it now. They actually pay attention. That means I'm getting somewhere in life,
Hell
bro.
yeah, dude.
Hey,
What's up, fellas?
Hey, the haters.
What's up, lefties?
Hey, usually I live rent free in your head, but now I'm rent free on YouTube.
Yeah. On Friday when I was marching through there with my rifle, this actually when I was coming back, so I don't even know if there's video footage of it, but this bitch shouts, she goes, "There's Chandler! Fucking kill him!" And I remember I turned around and I just kept my eyes open and nothing happening, but I was like, man, they really know who I am.
Yeah, that's when
It was almost a good feeling.
Yeah, when you're changing the world. Hey, that's what we call clout, bro. You got the clout. I gotta send you a pair of clout glasses. These sunglasses.
Oh, I'll rock the fuck out of those.
Yeah, it's a movement, man.
But man, imagine if they got a Proud Boy on film or whatever yelling, "Hey, there's this so and so, kill him!"
Yeah, no
imagine
shit.
the shit show, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. We would be investigated. It'd be like a federal investigation.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, we get attacked. Our guys get attacked. We get stabbed. Our guys get shot. And they call us the hate group.
We're the bad guys.
We're the best.
Yeah, on the 26 event, do you remember they had those construction signs up there, the electronic ones saying "Black Lives Matter, hate's not welcome here"?
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, they used our fucking tax dollars to pay for that shit.
Yeah. It's time.
Yeah, I ain't from there, so it wasn't my tax dollars. But
It's
I
fucking
appreciated
time.
all the fucking money I could spend out of Portland from just showing up. I mean, it cost me probably $256 for my flight. I didn't fly first class, but I know you guys in Portland probably spent millions of dollars in security, and your state fucking patrol officers got deputized as fucking federal officers.
Dude, PPB does not stand behind the leadership here at all.
Yeah,
Like my PPB contact put me in touch with the founder of law enforcement today, and after I took the elk actually, and he texted me. He goes, "Hey, this is Kyle Reyes and blah blah blah." And he says, "We just want you to know we stand behind you 100 fucking million%." End quote.
So that's another thing. The elk. No. Before that, are you open with what group you are in right now?
So yeah, I mean the thing is that which is really funny, and it's always funny to try to explain. Patriot Prayer isn't a group. Like, we're not organized. It's just either you support Joey Gibson or you don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's any group that I'm closest to, I mean, it's definitely Joey.
Yeah, and Joey's a great person. I know there's history between PBs and whatnot, but Joey's movement's great. The way he projects himself is amazing. No, I think Joey's a great guy, but there's some events that Proud Boys won't go to because of the past history. Our security as Proud Boys has to be super tight knit. I mean, we use fucking fake names. We try to not get doxxed. We lose jobs. I don't know if you know my history on losing my job at Boeing.
I don't, but it doesn't surprise me, dude. They will
No, not
do
at all.
anything to hurt you.
Yeah. And the thing is, they can't go and physically hurt me, so they'll try to financially hurt me.
Well, and to a point, man, like I just went back through The Art of War and Strategy and a couple of other kind of wartime books, and the better way to win it, like they say, the pen is mightier than the sword, but there's so many more ways to win a war than just battling it out on the street. And they're winning it because they're keeping people at home because they don't want their kids' school to be doxxed. They don't want to say, yeah, this is Chandler Pappas and he has a 5-year-old named Timothy and he goes to this school, whatever elementary on this road, and comes home every day at this time. You know, that scares the shit out of people.
Yeah.
So they have that advantage big time.
No, you're completely right. Yeah. Man. So let's go back to this little video. I'll throw it up real quick. Yeah, I'm so happy again that I could have you on here.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, man. It's always a good time meeting more patriots.
So And then the groups that you're a part of, or the idea that you're a part of, Patriot Prayer. Are you a Proud Boy?
No, but I was gifted just the other night. Check this out.
Did you get a coin? Did you get
I
a
got
coin?
a coin.
You
I
got a
coin,
fucking
dude.
coin?
Check that shit out.
Yes. Let me see it. Vancouver. Yes.
Vancouver. Travis gave that to me.
Oh, I
Check
believe
that shit
Travis
out.
gave it to you. You deserve that,
Huh?
dude. And that's an OG Vancouver coin. I like that. So you don't know much about like Proud Boy history with coins, but like coins are super important to some of us.
You know, I don't know exactly what it means, but it was a big gesture and it meant a lot to me. So,
Dude,
Travis, if you ever
huge.
see this, dude, appreciate the fuck out of you for that.
Yeah, no,
Super honored, dude. Super humbled. That's
Travis.
super cool.
Travis is a great guy. I actually broke his fucking old Bear Claw tub. Funny enough, when I was at his place, so I had a PB car, and it's been doxxed by Antifa. I had a black spray painted car, and it had yellow trim, like a Perry, you know, the yellow trim.
Yeah, was this like a Suzuki or a Suzu Trooper or some shit like that?
It was a Pontiac Vibe.
Pontiac Vibe. Is that like a mom SUV kind of thing, like a crossover type shit?
Yeah, it's smaller. Yeah.
Was that at a car cruise in Vancouver?
Yeah, with Joey there and everyone.
Yes, I recognize that.
I was there. That was me.
Yeah, so I recognize the car, dude. My dad met Joey that day, and Tiny was there. Tiny was in the back of the Mod Deuce with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah. So after, so there's a story I'm going to tell you off the record. Like when we get off this, just remind me with that cruise drive. It's hilarious. But because I can't really, like when you commit a crime, you can't really say it on live stream, you know.
Well, it depends on the crime, because like,
it's bad.
I'm pretty sure
it's jail time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, so a big part of my strategy, and I'll say this publicly right now, because I've already said it 100 times, is I'm going to start committing crimes that the DA is not prosecuting for, and I'm going to because he's backed himself into a corner. He prosecutes me, and we sue him for discriminatory prosecution. This will be the second case in a couple of months, and he's going to get a federal injunction. I have a lawyer who's on Kyle Rittenhouse's team who's ready to take that on in a heartbeat.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was following your stuff, and I heard about that, and I said that statement on a live stream before, and I I didn't know if I could say it or not, but since you've said it,
yeah. Well, and I said it to the Oregonian. You know, I don't know if I use so many words, but they did. So either he tries to arrest me and we sue him and we take whatever pennies the city has left, or he doesn't, and I terrorize the city every single fucking weekend.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to get into the. I won't get into the intel that I have, but we're going to start. They brought this to our homes. They killed our livelihood. They've gotten our friends actually killed. So we're going to bring it to their home, non-violently. I'm not into violent crimes at all, but we want them to feel this. I understand it's not personal. I get that this is just business for them, but they're going to feel how personal this is for me and for every Portlander whose livelihood they've destroyed and whose friends they've killed.
Yeah. So I have Rex Ferguson and TJ Detweiler, which is a name used in the show Recess that I watched with my kids today.
I remember that show. Fourth graders, right?
Yeah. And I have him backstage right now. Do you have anything else you want to say before I bring him out too? Or it's just
I think I'm good. Bring him on.
Bring him on. All right. Rex, what's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Thanks for having us on.
Hey, I appreciate you fucking taking the time out of your day. I don't know why TJ Detweiler's here, but I heard he plays on the show called Recess. No, come back, TJ.
It was a proud moment in my career.
No, dude, I'm so happy you guys could be
on.
on. I fucking miss you guys so much. No homo.
Well, you up and moved across the country, but hey, that's all right. I'm going to be down in Florida in about 2 weeks.
You know, you just doxed where I live, right?
I was just going to ask what part of Florida, because I spent like a year in Clearwater. But don't answer that now.
Didn't you mean South Carolina?
Oh, man, dude. All right, can we run this back, or are we live?
No, this is live. Yeah, this is live stream. So, hey, Rex, that's Rex Ferguson, man.
I know Rex.
We were just talking about you from an article, man. That you were quoted. from Shane Moons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you. I know Rex. You've talked to a lot of media lately. What better person to talk for like any kind of Proud Boy situation, or even like the events that you've had happen in your life? Not your life, but in the last couple months with us. We've been shit on left and right. We've been attacked, killed, murdered. Like we've been murdered. There's a difference between someone like a homicide and a fucking murder. When someone like goes out and is murdering someone, it is a lot different than a homicide. And they try to make it seem homicide. No, these motherfuckers are hunting us down and murdering us. And we sit back and we stand back and we stand by and we fucking let them do this to us and we never fucking kill them.
Nice plug.
But I'm happy I could have Rex Ferguson on. I'm getting kind of emotional right now over all this shit, but we should be emotional about it because they're fucking killing us and our brothers. Chandler, you've talked to media the last couple months pretty intensely. I'm just happy I could have both of you guys on at the same time. I mean, you guys give me so much clout. I see you're drinking a Truly and not a White Claw, but that's okay.
We'll forgive you this time.
This thing's as tall as my fucking head is.
I got a tower of Bud Light.
Nice. We're actually out of whiskey.
Tower?
Yeah, well, I mean,
well, yeah, he is in North Carolina.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I was joking. I don't care if people actually know where I live. They can come.
Come on down.
Let them come down.
Florida,
hey, yeah, Inglewood, motherfucker! You're gonna tell them the fucking tower. And,
come on, shit.
Hey,
I'll give you the address.
Come on down to 137th Martin Luther King Avenue, Tallahassee, Florida, bitch.
Hey, I got a 16-foot trailer sitting out front of this house that says Proud Boys all over it.
What color is it? Just so I don't go to the wrong house. What color is it?
Oh, you'll know. It's got Proud Boy stickers all over it. We've had, Florida's supposed to be our little good old boy state, right? And we've had the same shit happen where this guy's lost business. He's got a pressure washing, tree trimming little company. He does vinyl work.
Thanks, dude.
And he's lost business because
Bobby Dan's pressure washing and discount tree.
Yeah.
2140 self-control.
He's lost business because people go, "Oh, you're a Proud Boy." No, we can't have that. And all he's done is talk to the media about how we're anti-racist, like anti-racism. We're pro First Amendment, pro Second Amendment, which I don't think that's very bad these days.
And we like beer.
And we like to drink and hang out with guys, you know? And then they call us homosexuals. I had a gay dude talk to me, and I said, what better group to join than the Proud Boys? Like, I will give you such an intimate hug when you're my brother.
And then he's like, you always do. And then he shits on you. He's like, well, that's fucking gay. He's like, you're fucking gay. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey, my biggest thing.
We're fucking gay. Yeah, you remember when we kissed each other? Yeah, on the behind Enrique during that CNN interview, and the lady was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I felt your little mustache tickle my face.
My biggest thing, I did an interview with CBS, and they kept saying about this white supremacy. I said, "Damn, show me proof."
Yeah, show me the money.
Where is this proof that we are a hate group? When I first joined the Proud Boys, I always said there are two things Proud Boys hate: it's socialism, communism, and warm beer. I was wrong.
That's true.
We'll drink warm beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, the bar that I go to has they have the shortest tap lines in the Pacific Northwest. From their kegs to their taps is less than 2 feet. Their kegs are literally, it's just enough cord to go from the keg into the tap. Like just so enough. It's the shortest tap lines. The beer is ice fucking cold every time.
Do that again.
It goes directly from into
have you Rex, I know you guys have it there. What is it? Hopjacks? I think they changed the name though.
Hopjack.
Is it Hopjacks now? What was
frozen tap?
Yeah, dude. They have a
no. It was Hopjacks. It's Hops and Drops now.
Hops and Drops.
Yeah. Like lemon drops and all those kind of drinks. But they have what is that nitrogen they use to freeze their actual tap?
Yeah. So it's basically it's a stainless steel tap head, and then they basically just run. They have nitro lines that run all through the tap head, and they basically just run nitro through there 24/7. So the whole tap is frozen. It's like probably like an inch or two of straight ice. You put your hand on it, and you can melt through it to the stainless steel. You can just barely see the steel through the ice sheet. That's so cold. And
that's the coldest beer I've ever had.
There was a bar in Seattle a few years ago. They shut down because dudes were having gay sex in the bathroom, but which is not sanitary, of course. So they shut the bar down, but they
weren't just fucking in the bathroom though.
Yeah, right. They were also fucking in the walk-in, but fucking in the walk-in. Hey, fucking in the walk-ins playing at the Paramount next weekend. Actually, no, they had the whole bar was an ice sheet. Same thing as Hop Jacks, but it was the bar, and they set your beer down on ice. Yeah, and you could slide it around the bar, which is the only dangerous thing about it.
In Vegas too.
They had one in Vegas.
They had one in Vegas.
Where was that at? Vegas? I've never been to Vegas.
What do they call it?
That place that
Igloo?
Remember when they let me, Jay, and Rufio in, but you were like, "I'll wait out here," and we went and got those drinks. They had those in the back room.
Oh well, I was worried about our women because
I know
it was so scary in Vegas this last year.
Yeah,
I was the only white guy in my whole hotel, and I don't say that just to be disparaging, but I mean, there's a clear relation between crime and race in a lot of scenarios in this country, and not enough people talk about that. And I don't focus a lot on it, but I'm also not going to pretend it doesn't fucking exist. I mean, when you look at the state of what's going on in Philadelphia, Chicago, Atlanta, these major democratically controlled cities that mainly depend on minority populations to elect their officials. I mean, when I'm looking at the election map and all of the cities that are blue, the only cities that are blue in Washington State even are incredibly Democratic controlled areas. And they're highly populated by minorities and very dense populations. And so they basically go out and they pander to these minority groups to vote for them. And they just continue this cycle of destruction. Anyway, but so basically, and these weren't minorities in Vegas that was like, your neighborhood dude down the street just trying to kick it, trying to work hard to make a living and shit. These are like thugs, man. I had to have seen a fight every fucking day that I was in Vegas this last year. It was insane. I mean, just every day, anytime you could walk down to the lobby and see a couple of guys fighting. It was insane.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that in years past. So maybe something to it.
And then they were screaming at us the last night we were there going into the elevator.
Yeah, they were yelling, shoot all
fuck Proud Boys.
Fuck Proud Boys, shoot all the white folk. That's what they were yelling at the in the lobby of the Flamingo.
Do you expect
that's crazy.
Do you expect anything different for them to say?
I said they're definitely not racist.
Know. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they're not racist. They're sitting like, I mean, it's much like this. It's like when Antifa, they murder our guys, and then they try to pretend like, oh, it's not an Antifa thing. This guy was an individual. It's like, no, he did it in the name of Antifa while at an Antifa protest, Antifa BLM, riot. I was like, and then he goes on live television in an interview that I think is insane, especially because he had federal warrants out. I think that anybody that was a part of that interview or part of that entire process, they should all be prosecuted in court because they let a known fugitive of the law do an interview with them. You have a responsibility as a citizen to turn people in that are wanted, especially for heinous crimes like capital crimes like fucking murder. He was wanted for murder.
The guy who did the filming was actually Antifa as well.
See, that makes sense. It all fucking adds up.
Would employ Antifa, right?
Yeah. So obviously you guys don't follow my channel yet, but you probably will after today because it's the best channel on YouTube besides what's Rex? What's your podcast? Let's give you some clout. What's your podcast,
dude? Well, we are actually rebuilding the studio. So here's the lowdown. Our shit got banned. So Right of Left podcast is coming back. We came back on we're back on 8 different platforms now. We were able to sue our way back into coming back.
Yeah.
And so we're now back on the audio version, but our video podcast is coming back soon.
Yeah,
We
how
actually
many episodes?
we had more than 40 hours of content
You
since
didn't download
last January.
You didn't download it,
What's
did
that?
you? You didn't download your.
Yep, I have it. I have it all saved.
Oh,
every
good.
fucking bit of it.
Good. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
pretty sure I'll get
So,
shut off from YouTube, kind of like you got shut off Spotify.
Yep. So our YouTube is still shut down, but we are rebuilding the studio. I just bought a brand new property and we're commercially zoned. So I'll be able to build a studio right here on the property. And that's going to happen here in the next month. So we'll be back on videocast. We'll be back up and rolling. Right of Left podcast featuring Rex Ferguson and TJ Detweiler, where we talk about things like race, critical race theory, and how that's destroying the American family. We talk about politics, how the politics are basically enabling, how politician lobbyists are enabling these minority cultures to take over large areas of what would be productive land. You know, places like Philadelphia, which used to be one of the most productive, predominantly productive places in Pennsylvania. Wait, where's Philadelphia?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it
Jesus.
is so important for U.S. history too. It's fucking Pennsylvania.
That's true.
It's Philadelphia. The fucking
Constitutional Congress was
Dude.
in Philly, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is and everything.
And
that's our
they also are home to one of the best brews ever made.
Samuel
I'm pretty
Adams.
sure.
And one of the best sandwiches.
And the best sandwiches, the Philly
Hell yeah,
cheesesteak.
dude.
Cheesesteak, so.
Love a cheesesteak.
And so basically this entire city has been destroyed. They went from an industrial powerhouse to a basically kind of a mecca, just like Portland's basically a mecca for these Antifa style radicalist, anti-government, anti-American, pro-communist guys. Philadelphia has been kind of a safe haven and and people pay homage to Philadelphia for their murders and not just the cheesesteak is delicious, but also they have tons of murders. So if you want someone that you love, or if you want someone taken care of or murdered, say you're going through divorce, just buy your soon-to-be ex-spouse a plane ticket to Philadelphia, all expenses paid vacation. Send them right downtown, and they won't be your problem. In about 30 days, especially if they're young.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
They'll be
baby.
murdered.
Philadelphia.
Pretty much count on that. Chicago, Philadelphia, we're down in DC is taking a turn for the worse now too.
Yep.
I grew up in Detroit, man. I know.
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah.
I know everything about these
Didn't they say
Democratic
that they're-
run states.
It is, and there's a common theme in all of these cities. And you can look up the crime rates for themselves, but I mean, per capita, these minority groups are getting away with crimes just time and time and time again. Some of the guys that are arrested, even at the rallies and the riots that are happening there for looting and things like that, they have arrest records, like 30, 40 arrests in their lifetimes. I don't fucking want to throw stones here because I've had my own run-ins with the law, but if you're arrested 30 times for anything, if a police officer has found that you have committed, or there's a problem here, and I'm not sure that the justice system is doing us any justice at all.
It's not, and like we have here in Portland, Comrade DA Mike Schmidt, he's got this whole list that he officially announced of charges that he's not going to be pursuing, among a plethora of other charges that he hasn't pursued for months, including arson, unlawful possession of a firearm. We had a guy get busted last night with an AR-15 downtown, fully loaded.
Yep.
The way the laws are in Multnomah County, I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. But unless you have a concealed carry, you can't have the mag in, you can't have bullets in the mag, all that shit. But he's locked and loaded. Guarantee that guy's out on the street tonight. Probably has his same AR again. He's going to end up fucking killing somebody, just like Rhino killed Jay.
So that rifle said destroy tyranny or something, right? That sticker?
Yeah, destroy tyranny squad or something.
Yep.
Yeah, things like that.
Why don't they just come right out and instead of making vague names like that, why don't they just come right out and just write fucking, death to America on their, oh, that's right. They fucking do. They have no shame, dude. They know exactly what they're doing. And I honestly believe had the marshals not killed Michael, wasn't his name Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had the marshals not fucking shot him, I believe he would have got off. Just like I think that the guy that hit Shane right in fucking front of us with his truck, malicious in cold blood, fucking runs him down in the parking lot. Like, I think he's going to be back out on the streets in short order. He's going to be back on the streets before Shane has had a chance to fully recover from the injuries that this guy gave him, the brain injuries.
So there are a couple of people who are accountable. Obviously, your governor, or Oregon and Washington. And everything I'm going to say is applicable to Oregon and Washington. Yep. Your governor is accountable, as well as your DA, as well as your mayor, as well as your fucking sheriff. The sheriff has more authority than anybody to do something, and they're not. Our Multnomah County Sheriff has dropped the ball on us. Clark County Sheriff has fucked us. Joey and I, well, whatever. Anyway, so I know where some of these guys live, though, and it's time we start making some noise because they brought it to our homes. They brought it to our families. They've killed our businesses. It's time we bring it to them.
Yeah, so I don't disagree. And there's actually a lot of guys, especially in the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys has always kind of been an organization where we've tried to stay kind of hands off. We've had this mentality where we don't protest liberals. We've had this mentality where we don't take the fight to them. We only defend people. You know, we've been on this moralistic high horse for all intents and purposes for a long time, for 4 years. And so far, it's gotten us only further in the hole. It's honestly gotten us into a place where now these guys are comfortable walking up to a patriot, you know, even in broad daylight and shoot him in the fucking face. It's gotten to that point where they're so bold and so confident that nothing's going to happen to them, where they can just straight commit murder.
After they tried to take his fucking bear mace from him.
Yep.
Yeah, so, absolutely. We have to be ready to be fucking hated. David was hated. Paul was hated. I'm not advocating that anybody go. I'm not advocating for murder. I'm not advocating for violence or bloodshed of any kind. But
same here.
We have to be ready to defend ourselves when they use lethal force against us. Up until the night Jay was murdered, I had a rule about not bringing my pistol downtown because I didn't want to fight over it. I knew it could get hairy and we could get into the physical confrontation and whatever. But now they're going to take it to that level. And last Thursday, it's 7 days ago today, they showed up to our flag wave, 2 AR-15s, I think it was a 20 gauge Mossberg, and I'm sure there were a few of them having concealed handguns and shit. They're getting very bold, and they're out with guns every night now.
Who the fuck carries a 20 gauge shotgun?
It was a 12-year-old child,
a Democrat. Who knows nothing about guns.
So I got something real quick. We're talking about the shooting and everything, and so I did I know you guys don't watch my shit, but I did a live stream with you don't know him, Chandler, but Nacho. You know him, Rex?
Yeah, I know him. So Nacho is the president of Denver, Colorado Proud Boys. He was on my live stream. We talked about Lee Keltner. Lee Keltner. He got shot by Matthew Doloff. That's the incident where the guy reached for Lee's gun and Lee slapped him over the head and they both backed up. And the security guard that wasn't licensed, and Channel 9 News says they don't license security guard, or they only hire security guards that are licensed. And Channel 9 News was with this agitator that was wearing right-wing viewed clothing. It said Black Guns Matter. And he went there to infiltrate and agitate. And Channel 9 News followed him in there. And the security guard pulled his gun after getting slapped in the head because he was trying to reach for that dude's gun in his vest. And then Lee Keltner then deployed his pepper spray as the guy, you can see in the video, he pulls his garment up to appendix carry and shoots the dude right in the fucking head. Yep. So Chandler, do you know about that incident in Denver?
Yeah, I watched the videos. I watched, I think, just about every video on that one. And that, I mean, for obvious reasons, kind of hits home with me.
Yeah, because it's so fucking close to the same thing, dude. We're getting fucking murdered in the streets and no one's fucking doing anything.
Well, what's this video you got pulled up?
The second that somebody who even claims to be our side goes out and does some shit like that, I mean, we're going to have feds at our fucking doors, all of us.
Even this live stream, us talking like this, even though we're fucking scared, dude.
Scared?
Like, we're not scared, but
fuck scared.
The act of us being hunted down and murdered, that puts some level of fear and anticipation in your heart.
It's worrisome.
So when you leave your house with your fucking firearm every day because you anticipate to have a run-in with someone that's armed and that will fucking try to kill you.
Right, because the hat that you fucking wear or the color of your shirt.
Yeah.
Because you got fucking Trump gear.
Or the fucking tattoo on your arm that's like pro-America.
Yeah,
so
it might even just be an American
tattoo. Hey, and it's not only that. It's not only that, Milkshake, but they have actually started in Washington State. I'm sorry, I just burped and it smells like chow mein. So
I wish you were here so I could smell it.
But no, so they have started in Washington State and in down in Oregon, they've started picking this up now too. And they have started driving around neighborhoods, and anyone that has a Trump flag or a Lauren Culp marker in their yard, they've started taking pictures and writing down addresses. They have started documenting where patriots live, guys who are more like, or if you have like a 3%er flag or anything like that, they have started documenting where the patriots live at. They then go online. Once they have your address, they can just go online, do a reverse parcel search, find out who owns the home, right? So now they have your name and your homeowner information. Then they can go on, and I'm not telling anyone anything new. I mean, this is how they dox us. Then they go on to the voter registration website. At that point in time, all you have to do is know the guy's name and birth date and find out all the information about his voter registration.
Yep.
And so this is how they started fucking with our ballots here in Washington State, because Washington State and Oregon are exclusively mail-in ballots. Once you mail your ballot in, you can go online, put in your voter registration information, and you can request a new ballot. At the point in time where you request a new absentee ballot, as soon as that ballot is filled out and turned in, it cancels your old ballot. So they started ballot harvesting from patriots in the community, getting their ballots in, filling them out just erroneously. Obviously, it's going to get kicked back because the signatures aren't going to match, things like that. But as soon as they turn it in and it's scanned into the system, it cancels their old ballot. So now you don't have a chance if you wait until, the day before the election to turn your ballot in, or it's postmarked for the 3rd. Now you don't get a chance to remedy that and to go back and vote and correct this action. So they're basically directly targeting the patriots in these areas with their ballots. There was one county in Washington State that was it's up north on the other side of the Cascades, right next to Idaho, where they had less than 1% of their of the registered voters in that area, which is all a red area. Less than 1% of their ballots were counted in this election, and that still shows on the election map right now.
Well, I seen a video the other day of this guy out in the woods with a bag full of ballots, and they said, "Hey, Trump, got to do what you got to do," and hit it with some lighter fluid, just lit the whole bag of ballots on fire.
Yeah, all those ballots are gone. And not enough people do the follow-up on their ballot either. As soon as you turn in the ballot, you could go online. You could use your slip. It should be counted in about a day if you're voting early. And then you use your slip to find out if your vote was recorded. And not enough people are doing that. I have a friend of mine who's telling me day after day, she's like, I've been checking every day, and I turned my ballot in a week ago, and my ballot's still not being counted. And I was like, then you should be making some noise about that. That's a big deal, because it only takes at this point, and I know I'm kind of going on a run-on thing here. And
no, you're fine.
Yet, but at this point, there was a candidate for District 10 who was running. I just did a podcast with him the other day. He was a write-in, and he needed, because it was a split vote on the Democratic side, he needed less than 33% of the voters in that area to write his name in, and he didn't even make it into the running, which blows my mind because he was the only Republican. And you can't tell me that in all of District 10 in Washington State, there was no one that wrote his name in, because I'm in that district and I fucking wrote his name in. But he didn't even make it onto the list. And the ones who did had less than 10,000 votes. So that just blows my mind. Like, the numbers don't add up. And especially with all this, the voter fraud that's going on over in Wisconsin and Michigan, where they're like, overnight.
They pretty much declared the whole left coast as left before. I mean, I doubt a single ballot was fucking counted here. It's like, like in Washington, all you see is Lauren Culp and American flags and Trump flags, right? Everywhere else in the U.S., you just see Trump flag. The fact that Jay Inslee won I don't buy it for a fucking second. Not for a fucking second. All through even King County is Lauren Culp shit. Nobody had a Jay Inslee flag. Nobody had a Jay Inslee shit in their yard or even for stickers or anything, dude.
And I don't know. I haven't even talked to anybody. And a lot of people say you're a product of your environment, so you really only you don't really talk to anybody who's part of that community because you basically surround yourself with the people that you like. It's like, no, dude, I go out of my way to go and find. I do rallies, right? I go out of my way to go and find people who don't think like I do because I want to find out what's going on the other side, where this information is coming from. And I agree with you 100%. Right now, Joe Biden has more votes total. And the count's not even over. He has more votes total than Barack Obama did in his second term in the election, in his reelection.
I remember.
You can tell me that Joe Biden is more popular than Barack Obama was when he was running for his second term. That's fucking insane.
He spent like a fucking $1 billion on each of his campaigns. It was like the most expensive presidential campaign of all time.
What does it say?
So,
73
the fact that we're even playing games with this, the fact that we're even playing games with this is ridiculous, dude. Not 5% of people in the country voted for Joe Biden. There's no fucking way. He was never close to 50%. He was never 40-something% or 30 or 20-something%. There's no fucking way.
So
they played the game, they stacked the deck against us, and we're letting them do it. We're letting them do it. It's our fault, honestly, because we're letting them do it. And what's going to happen is we're going to end up having to go hold the fucking line at the White House and keep them out.
Yeah. So real quick, so back to the whole me doing my live stream with the guy from Denver, right? The president. Lee Keltner. No, you guys are fine. I love this because people will listen to this and they're going to be drawn into it. And I like listening to it, and I'm on a live stream. But so we have this video. I don't actually know what this video is about other than this guy from Denver, Matthew Doloff, the guy that shot Lee Keltner in the fucking face, right? They're saying it's self-defense. When Chandler, we said earlier, self-defense, pepper spray.
There's rules of engagement. You can't use less than lethal force. Does not merit lethal force.
Exactly.
Ever, in any situation.
So, hey, Rex, if I shot you in the face, well, let's say someone other than me shot you in the face with pepper spray, would you discharge your firearm and kill them?
Not at all, dude. I pretty much carry a firearm to every single rally that I go to or have ever been to, and I've been to thousands of rallies since before Donald Trump became the president of the United States. We were doing rallies before any of us were Proud Boys, and I've always carried a firearm. I have been maced hundreds of times, hundreds and hundreds of times. I have never once even pulled my firearm or even attempted to engage. First of all, when you're getting maced, it sucks, right? I would not ever think to pull my firearm and to fire literally blindly. When you're getting maced, you can't see a fuck. From the moment that shit hits your face, you are done. You're blind. So I've never thought about like pulling my firearm and discharging rounds while being maced. First of all, that's a crazy concept to me. Second of all, just for being maced, how can you justify, just like Chandler was saying, how can you justify shooting someone dead?
Ending their fucking life. It's
ending their life.
It's murder.
And this guy, I mean, and he was, and from all accounts, basically, because you know how the left likes to dissect every person every time. If they came back, if somebody killed me, they'd go back and be like, this guy was a Proud Boy. He did this, he did that. And fucking, in 2014, he was arrested. They would pull my whole criminal history. If you look at all the chats and all the shit, Antifa was not able to find anything on this dude. No one has ever tried to discredit the fact that this guy was just simply a good-hearted American patriot. No one's been able to find any dirt on him. The guy that was murdered, no one's been able to find any dirt on him. No one's been able to find just even so much as a traffic infraction. He's never been arrested. He's always paid his taxes. They couldn't say one bad thing about this dude.
Yeah.
And yet now this guy who shot him, they're trying to claim self-defense and and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, does it matter if they make a judgment on it, right? If they finally make a judgment, be like, all right, pepper spray doesn't equal lethal force. And they make that judgment, it doesn't matter because the guy's still fucking dead. Yeah, and they're not ever going to be able to bring him back. Just like Jay, like it doesn't matter if they put new laws into place. Criminals don't care about the law. Murder was illegal before Michael shot Jay in the fucking chest. Murder, cold-blooded murder was illegal far before then. So they don't give a fuck about the laws. Laws only apply to law-abiding citizens, and there comes a point where enough laws are made that'll make any person a criminal.
Yeah,
and that's where my beef comes with the justice system.
We're kind of already to that point. Like in Oregon, it's illegal to wash your car in the driveway unless you have a complete recapture system, and you have to be able to recapture like 90 or 95% of the water of the runoff. Like the way they've set it up, dude, it's fucked up. You are always in violation of something.
Hey, but mushrooms are legal though.
No, I heard they legalized everything, bro. They legalized everything. You can do whatever you want in Oregon.
I just saw that actually just today. I was reading that article, so that's gonna pass. So that'll be fucking.
Heroin capital.
What happens? What happens when they bust me with my testosterone? Am I in trouble then? Does that count? Is that on the list?
No, they either decriminalized or legalized everything.
They legalized all drugs.
All drugs.
So they decriminalized everything. But I'm curious what everything actually is and where that's going to pass it. And by decriminalized, I read further in the article, it's reducing it to a violation. And actually, when I was busted, when I was 16 years old, and I was busted with a couple of Adderall, it was literally like 2 Adderall. I got a felony charge. I got a Class C felony for that. And then I was reading this article, and they're like, possession of PCS, possession of controlled substance, is currently a Class A misdemeanor. I was like, what the fuck? Now it's a violation. It's $100 fine.
That's how it started off, like with the marijuana industry in Oregon, California, Washington. If it was illegal to sell or produce like concentrate and stuff, but you could have it. If you could have it, it's legal, but you can't sell it or have more than a certain amount. So it's decriminalized, but not legalized.
I'm all for it.
They decriminalized most drugs.
I'm all for legalizing it.
Is what I read. So
legalize all drugs.
Yeah.
That'll do 2 things, in my opinion. Because the people who don't want to do drugs still won't do drugs, right? And you still understand that there's an inherent responsibility for those drug uses, just like alcohol, just like marijuana is legal here. People understand the ramifications. I'll tell you what it did do is it killed the petty drug dealer in Washington State when they legalized it, and it killed the minor crime, the small crime, petty theft, things like that. So those numbers went through the floor. And what I also think it'll do
underage drug use went down
is that it'll open up the free market for prescription medications so that more people can buy prescription medications, things that they would normally need a script for, that's controlled by big pharma and the medical industries. They would then be able to buy over the counter from a third party manufacturer of that drug. It could still be regulated by the FDA, just like marijuana and alcohol is.
Yeah. I would hope that would be true, because I mean, it was a pain in the ass when I started taking testosterone, dude. It was impossible to get from a doctor. They're like, "Oh, you're 22. You can't. There's no way it's a low T problem." Okay, well, my numbers are like what your fucking grandma's numbers are. So give me my testosterone. Oh, well, it's probably not that. I went to the fucking black market, dude.
Yeah. So they created, because you had a need and you couldn't find a way to legally get it. It doesn't change the fact that you need those medications. That's why a lot of people down in unless they legalize it and then consequentially regulate it, then people are going to start getting it from unsafe sources, right? Like the people who need the insulin that can't afford it, and they're buying China fucking insulin. Or when they did the vape cartridges, they criminalized vaping. And so then all these people started finding outsourcing it to other countries. Black market vape cartridges.
Stuff. And that was
they had carcinogens in them, and they were fucking killing people. And so then
it'd be better for the American economy, right?
Imagine how much better heroin would be if real scientists could develop it, or methamphetamines.
Okay.
Or, think about like how the number
those
of
guys
fentanyl.
smell like real scientists.
Think about this: the number of fentanyl deaths that would go through the floor. People wouldn't be dying from fentanyl poisoning if they could get a clean product. If they were going to be using that product anyway, it doesn't really matter, because people who want to do drugs are going to find a way to get those drugs and do those drugs no matter what. They're already illegal, so making more laws to make them illegal makes no fucking sense. Anyway, sorry, we're still off topic right now from your you trying to get this still off video forever.
Let's let Milkshake do his thing.
So real quick, we've all been to Portland besides this guy. Do you think so? All the drugs being legal, right? Do you think anyone there that's on drugs is got some level of psychosis in their brain, and they should probably be in an insane asylum?
Oh, a large majority.
Well, I think it might balance some people out. And then on the other hand, I think it might freak some people out, and things might get worse.
Yeah,
being on drugs.
I mean, I like the idea of people being able to do whatever they want, but I've never actually come to a resolve about decriminalizing the drugs. And I do like the idea of decriminalizing and not legalizing, because if the state starts to get involved and it's taxed, you're going to end up paying taxes on crystal meth. You're going to end up paying taxes on heroin. What that does is that returns people to the street. Same thing happened here with marijuana. When we had that article that came out and they said that there's enough marijuana to supply everybody in the state for 3 years. Everybody dumped their shit for $100 a pound to the dispensaries, and now we're out, and it went from $50 an ounce to have good shit to $80 an ounce to have crap, to have fucking Mexican dirtweed equivalent.
That's not just Oregon. That happened throughout the whole West Coast.
Yeah, that happened all around up here.
There was a huge drought and everything. So if you would say, like you said, buy a $50 ounce, that $50 ounce is a $100 ounce now.
But
also, it's not twice that. It's $150 or $200 to get that same shit. We have popcorn, little tiny fucking bullshit. That doesn't do anything. And that's $80. It's $80 for that.
The thing about that is, though, that now that it's illegal, and like I said, it kind of depends on how much you want to skirt that line or whatever. But now that the marijuana is legal, supposedly growing your own marijuana or whatever could get you in a little bit of trouble. But at that point in time, I think now, like if I wanted an ounce of weed, I can go and pay still $40 an ounce to one of my buddies who's growing it in his backyard and still get really good shit. And though they may not be legal, they're not going to be able to tell the difference. Even if you grow your own weed and you put it into a store-bought container at some point, then how the fuck is the cop going to know when he pulls you over? He's like, wait a minute.
Just leave it in a Ziploc bag or a smell-proof bag or whatever, and say, "Yeah, well, I disposed of my my store-bought container."
Yeah. All right. Let me draw you guys.
I sat on it and it broke. Fuck you. What are you gonna do?
No, but like you said, by decriminalizing it, now they create a situation where it's like, oh, okay. Instead of now the cop taking you to prison, he's just like, all right, well, that's a viable story. It is legal everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It made it to a situation where now it's not so much of a problem.
Container or not, you have to have a receipt for it to be legal.
Let me draw you guys back in. So the whole I did a live stream with Denver, Colorado president. We talked about Lee talked about Lee Keltner, and we talked about Matthew Doloff. We did the backstory on how we drew. You guys probably didn't watch the whole live stream. It was fucking long. But we drew the lines how the agitator tried to say he didn't know the fake security guard, Matt Doloff, right? And it was a fucking planned murder that they got on tape. And Proud Boys avoided it. The putter on, like the host of the event, it was a Patriot muster. That's what they called it. It brought all these Patriot groups together. Proud Boy president and leadership in Denver said, no, we're not gonna partake because it sounds like it's a bad idea. The person that put it on was a survivor of Benghazi, which is a CIA. Everyone that survived Benghazi is a CIA operative. Super bad information, or super good information to share to everyone. But this dude fucking gets off with murder, obviously, because he's now bailed. He's gotten bail. And I wanted to show this video real quick.
$45 million bail fund or something.
Yeah. Well, here's
those bail funds are insane. We can't support a bail fund like that.
You guys hear this?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Court or pay someone, a bonds agent, usually close to $50,000, to post that $500,000 on his behalf in order to get out of jail. Meanwhile, the judge said his decision was made in large part on the potential for conviction based on the evidence available at this time. In a 6-page written denial,
but let's go ahead and address bond.
Denver District Court Judge John Madden laid out several reasons why accused shooter Matthew Doloff should not get a break on his $500,000 bond.
It's unusual to see such a thorough and extensive ruling issued in a bond argument. However, this is not your typical case.
The Fox 31 problem solvers asked criminal defense expert Christopher Decker to analyze the judge's ruling. A typical bond for a...
It's not a fucking normal case. This dude went out and murdered. There's so much backstory of this shit.
Yeah.
That's not being told to the media. And my shitty fucking live stream video cast literally unveiled the whole fucking plot these guys had.
Oh yeah.
Similar felony charge, he says, would be 5 times lower, $100,000.
The court has essentially determined or made a presumptive ruling that this is not a strong self-defense case.
The judge ruled that evidence appears to show there was no danger from the victim that placed Dalla or anyone else in imminent risk of death at the time of the shooting. And he wrote that the images that captured it all appear to be inconsistent with the argument for self-defense.
I think it's clear that Mr. Dalla was and did act in both defense of himself and defense of another.
On Friday, a public defender argued for a bond as low as $25,000 to $50,000 because she said Dolph is not a flight risk, has local family ties, and wants to go back to work. But the judge ruled that returning to a security guard job is not acceptable under the circumstances.
Judge Madden clearly sees this as a case where the proof is evident, the presumption is great of conviction, and that weighed heavily in his ruling.
Our legal expert also says it's unusual for a judge to make such a lengthy written ruling, but he also pointed out this case is highly unusual because it's garnered so much national attention, and the incident was caught on multiple cameras. I'm Lori Jangleyhoff, Fox 31.
Yeah, motherfucker, you got caught murdering people.
Yeah. First thing that comes to mind when I see that is they used the shittiest angle possible. There were much closer cameras that got much better angles, and they used the farthest one away.
Yeah,
it's all those little things that plant the questions, man. It's all this the seed planting that they do.
Not only that, but the did you see the video even leading up to the incident from the News 9's News 9 guy's actual cell phone video that goes right up to the incident?
That's the one with the Black Guns Matter shirt, and he's just out there chewing people out and saying dumb shit.
And he had his own
guy. Yeah, you literally see the guy remove his garment. He lifts his fucking shirt to grab out his appendix carry before pepper spray is deployed.
Yep.
So he was going to draw on him after assault. He did get hit in the face, but you can't reach out and grab someone and not expect someone to hit you. And
personal bubble, right? The guy invaded his face. He defended himself, and then the guy said, "Oh, well, you slapped me, so therefore I'm going to fucking kill you."
Yep. And he already had the and that's the other thing too, is that he already had the pepper spray can in his hand. So it's not, there's no way you could sit here and say something like, "Oh, well, he pulled it out and I had no idea what it was." Like, no, he had it in his hand the entire time.
Yep.
So
I think that's what he was reaching for.
Well, that was one of the things is that people were saying that the guy thought that it was a gun that he was pointing at him, and because it was basically a simultaneous release where he pulled the trigger on the pepper spray, and I mean, because you can see the mist of the pepper spray just getting to him as the firearm is discharging. When you really slow that video real down, so he's like, that maybe he thought it was a gun. He's like, well, that's not likely because the entire time he had the pepper spray in his hand. It wasn't like he pulled it after.
Exact same situation with Jay. Had the fucking pepper spray in his hand. You hear just a tss, and then shot. Boom.
Yep.
The only difference in those two scenarios, in that few seconds worth of those scenarios, is that there's 2 shots fired and not 1.
Yeah, and and another I really believe a big difference is that one happened in broad daylight in front of dozens of police officers who all had fucking body cams on. The other one happened in the dead of night. The only video of the Jay shooting that anyone had that any of the press has gotten or that was publicly released is just the video from across the street, where you can hear a little bit of the audio and then you hear the gunshots and then you see them running. That was the only video. This incident had dozens of videos from every fucking angle. Like this is why I think that the judge is like, hey, there's such a strong case for murder here that there's no way that you're going with a self-defense plea. With Jay's at least, there could have been some ambiguity. It was nighttime. Nobody could see anything. Although you were there as a witness, there were also multiple people there as witnesses, but there wasn't as clear and concise video evidence. And just to think that this guy would get a bond on cold-blooded murder that was caught on camera and witnessed by dozens of police officers. I mean, this is, in my opinion, should be an open and shut case. I'm not even sure how you could formulate any kind of self-defense argument. I would love to be able to go into court, to be able to sit there if they were having an open trial, to be able to sit there and listen to what the statements are. Like, what would be because he's got a public attorney, apparently a public defender.
Yeah,
but I would love
to see her short hair and shit. She's an Antifa sympathizer for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, I have no idea what they are saying.
She probably pushed better than I did.
They're all fucking Antifa little bitches, dude. That's what they are.
Even if he was hired as a security guard, and that hiring was and him being hired as a security guard, and he felt like he was acting in his duty and doing whatever. There was still no clear evidence of imminent danger,
right,
by anyone to anyone. Being bear maced, if they make a ruling that being bear maced now constitutes lethal force, then Antifa's in a whole lot of fucking trouble here in Portland and Washington. I will tell you that right now.
Dude, I got a case from 3 weeks ago. They showered me in that shit. Motherfucker emptied a whole can on me. They hit me with a little can and then showered me with a bear mace. Fucking drenched me, dude. Took me like a week to get that shit off.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then whenever you go to sleep, this is a little side bit but then when you go to sleep and shit and you start sweating on your pillow, it only makes it worse, because when you wake up in the morning, you've been sweating all night and it's in your pillow and now it's in your eyes. I literally had to take my eyeballs and spread them apart to get my eyes open because they were so glued shut by the fucking pepper spray mucus that comes out of my face that night after. It's rough.
The worst thing that ever happened to me wasn't even to me. My dog came to my bed, and I don't know why he decided to do this, but my whole arm had been drenched, and it actually is one of the first times I was bear maced. And a firework had gone off, one of those mortar fireworks, like 3 feet from me. And I wondered if maybe I didn't get burned by one of the little sparkly fucking things that comes out of it, because it was just getting hotter and hotter for the whole afternoon. It finally started to come down. It didn't blister. I figure, okay, it's bear mace. And my dog came up into the bed when I was getting ready to go to sleep, and he licked my arm. I don't know if he saw it was red or what his deal was. And that poor dog ran around for like a half an hour, just lapping up water and trying to get into the toilet and everything to cool his tongue off. I felt so bad.
Well, I would advise room temperature showers.
Yeah. Do not open your doors in a shower.
Don't. No. I always say, like, whatever you look at, like 60 degrees. If you got a fucking thermometer in your bathroom, and or if you got a thermometer in your kitchen, take it in the bathroom, measure the water, go like 5 degrees below room temperature, and shower in that. It's not going to be awesome, but I'll tell you what, dude, it'll get the shit
way better.
It's going to be way better than opening your pores and then sealing that shit in, because once you cool back off, that shit just soaks right into your fucking skin.
Dawn dish soap.
Dawn dish soap.
Yeah,
that's what dude. It wasn't good enough, guys.
Rex, do you remember the rally we went to where me and you stood outside the little cattle guards?
Yeah, where when the Antifa guys surrounded me, and there had to have been like 8 of them I counted in the picture. There was more there, but that's all I could count in the picture.
We will replace you. You will be replaced.
Yeah, and so Milkshake's standing right on the other side, right behind the police line, and I was up against this. I basically backed up against the light pole so that nobody could hit me in the back of the head with a bat or anything crazy like that.
Yeah.
I try to use my environment as much as possible, but I backed up to this light pole so nobody could really get me from behind, or it wouldn't be a clear shot for them. And then they surrounded me. They're yelling and shit. And I look across the fucking way, and here's Milkshake with this shitty grin on his face.
I'm like, hey.
He's waving and making faces at me. And I'm trying to be stone cold, right? Because I don't want to start laughing in these guys' face, because then there comes the onslaught, and then the cops come in, and anytime the police get involved, I hate to say this because I don't want to disparage the law enforcement, but anytime police get involved, it's always an escalation of force until the police decide that they are ready to de-escalate or they have control. And until that point comes, the force will escalate exponentially until they feel like they have control. So it doesn't matter. And so in that situation, he's over there making fucking faces at me as I'm trying my best to keep a straight face. So in the pictures, it kind of looks like I have to take a shit.
Like,
I don't know.
dude, I got illegally detained that day, dude.
I remember that. Yeah,
they grabbed.
Remember that hella racist chick that just showed up in the truck, and there was an Asian lady rocking across the road, and Milkshake was like, "Who are we?" And I was like, "Oh man, that's a fine piece of trade." And this lady was like, "What the fuck?" And we were like, "What?" Like, she was just giving us a ride to the restaurant. First of all, another lady was at the rally. She was like, yes, and she was like, "She's fucking Asian," and I was like, who gives a shit? I was like, she's a beautiful woman. She's like, why do you care that she's Asian? She's like, would you really breed outside of your race? And me and Milkshake just looked at each other and we were like, yes.
My favorite part of that was I wasn't there that day, but I watched the videos over and over of the Antifa guys. The one guy's there yelling, "You think I'm having a laugh? I'd rather be at home playing with my cat."
Yeah, we make him say, "You think I'm having a laugh? I'd rather be at home fucking my cat." So I redid the whole video.
So those guys, they burnt a Blue Lives Matter flag, right? Did you see the officer? Do you know who that officer is that deployed that fire extinguisher?
I don't know who he is in relation to what you're saying, but I know who he is as a person.
He's got like a fucking Purple Heart and fucking all these awards for being a cop that's gone in. There was an active shooter and he killed the active shooter. He's well known in Seattle PD, but he walks in front of this fucking police line and he deploys his fucking fire
mace. No, he used mace, or was it a fire extinguisher?
Yeah,
it was like in a mace can. It was like a mini fire extinguisher.
Yeah,
so put it out, and the guy's like, "Fuck no!"
He hits this dude right in the fucking face, and then drags it in front of the flag, so it looks like he just hit the flag.
He was like, "Oh my bad."
No, that fucking cop meant to hit that dude in the fucking face with that fire extinguisher.
Hey, I don't want to derail. I gotta go. Thanks to our guests. Thanks to Milkshake.
Wait, I gotta go too, man. I have to run into work.
Hey,
I know it sucks, but
plug the hat again. Chandler, Justice for Jay. Shout out JB. Shout out Blackjack. I gotta go. Plug them hats again before you all
later,
start.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody wants a hat, man? Justice for Jay. $20. Hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah, his Twitter handle is Chandler Papas, whatever it is down there. It's
Chandler. The proceeds go to help Jay's business partner, who's been struggling a lot since she was taken from us. A lot of people have been asking how to spread the message. That's how you do it. We got hats, we got shirts, $20 each.
I got hats, I got shirts. What you want? That's a good song. Anyway, hey, we're gonna sign off too, man. I'm sorry to run on you, but how often are you doing this? How often are you doing this video cast, man? Just let me know. I'll come on. I'm actually we're actually, once we get the studio back up and running, and this is my sign off. Once we get the studio up and running here shortly, we'll be on the video cast too. I'd love to have you guys on the show. Building this Patriot network, this shit's important. Like, it's more important than I think people realize. And at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of people out there that they may not be ready to take the full Patriot plunge, which may be direct action or indirect action to counter what's happening right now. But at the end of the day, those people will come in and they will, and I think they'll be watching our shit because they want to know what the guys are doing. They want to know what the people are doing who's out there doing the rally, boots on the ground. They want to know what's happening in the background. And this is how they're going to find the information, these Patriot podcasts. And and I'm trademarking that, by the way. If anyone tries to steal that shit, Patriot Podcasts, huge group.
It's already taken.
No, I'm not. That's not the name of it.
Trademark.
But all of the Patriot podcasts.
Copyright.
Yep.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We need to build a network.
We need to become big. like individually, and then, or not even big individually, but like what we have within our group and network together, that's how everyone becomes big. And Chandler, I suggest the same thing for you, Chandler, to like create something where you can expose yourself and you can talk to people that want to listen, because there's tons of people out there that will listen to you, man.
I appreciate that. My brother keeps telling me I need to stop getting caught walking down the street with a rifle and do something like you guys are doing.
Yes.
But I will say,
because we go down the street with rifles too.
Our governor has fucked us. Our DAs have fucked us. Our mayors have fucked us. Like, we are all we have, and that's why this is so important. We are all we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we're
hopefully Donald Trump, but we're gonna find out.
Yeah. So just hit me up, guys. Chandler, you got my number. Milkshake, you got my number. Hit me up. We'll be on the podcast. I think Rufio's getting his thing back up and going again, and we're going to be on regularly too.
Rufio.
So we'd like to get everybody in, one day, even if we were going to make it a full thing, a full show with all of us going back and forth from across the country, all different parts of the country here now. And I think getting that message out will show people, hey, this isn't a localized thing. These aren't just all guys from Seattle, or Oregon or Nebraska, where Milkshake lives, but just kind of all over,
For sure.
Anyway, all right, later, boys. I wish you the best. Take it easy.
All right, cool. Awesome. Yeah, and I got another brother out of Seattle chapter, not Black Dano.
I recognize the face. I remember his name.
Hey, not Black Dano, if you could turn whatever streaming you had going on that was echoing before.
Yeah, that was Big Bear.
Yeah, no, you're good. What's up, buddy?
Not much. That was a good one. Fucking A.
Yeah, you like that? So I wanted to go on to the election. I got it pulled up. We were talking about election and the maps, and like Oregon, for example. Oh, you can't even fuck. I'm not gonna let. Hold up, give me a sec.
I don't know how the fuck Arizona turned blue. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's definitely fraud. I've been to Arizona. Ain't nobody down there blue.
No.
So we got like Oregon. Look at that shit, dude.
I know, right?
Look at Washington. Look at Idaho. Oh, Montana's fucking full. You got Idaho. That's obviously red. But like even Nevada, which is a question state, right? Look at Reno, Vegas.
Fucking Reno and Vegas is like the only ones.
Even look at this. Illinois is blue, right? You guys see that?
Yeah.
So you click on it. Look at that. This is for President of the United States. Look at Michigan and Wisconsin. They're calling blue. We'll go to Michigan first. Look at that.
Fucking horse shit.
Look at Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's blue.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Minnesota.
Well, even look at this. Watch. So New York, we all know that it is a Como, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Como? Look at that. And you're gonna tell me that's a fucking blue state. Look at Virginia. So Kentucky, the border, and then West Virginia. But watch this. And look, these are questionable. They won't even call these yet. North Carolina and Georgia, they will not call. Watch North Carolina. Ready for this?
Holy shit, that's fucking blue as fuck.
Look at that.
We're fucked, dude. We're fucked.
But they keep working on making it blue.
I don't know. Arizona's pretty cool to look at too. Look at the county line, or look at the county lines on this. There's obviously some fuckery going on here.
Well, Walt Disney designed the streets and everything out there and shit.
Well, I like the way they design the streets, dude. They're on a grid, so 2 turns will take you literally anywhere in the city.
Yeah, that's how Utah is too. Look at Utah.
Not the area I was in Utah. I was in Provo and SLC.
Nice.
It wasn't quite that cool.
Oregon. Look at your state of Oregon, dude. That's pathetic.
We need to move to Wyoming. Check out Wyoming. I bet you it's just.
Yeah, like.
These are just everywhere we need to build walls. All the
That's actually surprising. It isn't 100% blue in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Or 100% red, I mean.
I don't even believe. I don't know. I don't.
Oklahoma, check that. Oh, Oklahoma.
solid.
Fuck yeah.
Oklahoma's all red.
We're moving to Oklahoma.
Is Oklahoma the only red? Oh, well, that's pretty much all red.
Oklahoma, though, you got to put up with all the damn tornadoes.
Look at that shit, dude. That's a total. So before I was able to click on shit, and I was able to click further into like each county and see the percentage, and it was like 87.
Click on Alabama.
Click on Alabama.
Oh, see?
I mean, it's still red, but look at. They tried saying Florida was a swing state. Watch this.
Oh, it's fucking.
It wasn't, dude. I don't know. Even the votes that were in Tampa, it wasn't even close.
I lived in Clearwater. I met so many people from Tampa. Everybody there is a conservative. There are no Democrats there.
This is the recent one right here. Still,
we run them out.
Milk. This one is the recent map.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is live. What they're saying.
America's dead.
Well,
only if we let Biden take office.
The problem is we got to stop being so fucking polite.
No shit. You know what? The least tolerant side always fucking wins.
Yeah.
Time to start being a little less fucking tolerant.
We have sat back, and now as far as the certain organization we all belong to.
Who the hell voted for Kanye?
This organization we all belong to, we always worry about optics. We always worry
not me. Not this guy.
We worry about a lot of shit, and it's time to stop.
I'm not the optics guy.
It's time to stop.
I care a lot less about optics, but I do care about the action we take. And things like protesting a vigil, whatever that looks like, it's still not the right thing to do. We still need to take the high road, but we need to stop giving a fuck about what they think.
We don't go to protest.
Hey, but that high road has not worked for us.
They've always
now they're killing us. Before they were just insulting us, but now they're fucking killing us. Now it's time,
But I still think there's a way we can take the high road and we can win. But that just means only using lethal force when they use lethal force, right? Or when they're getting ready to.
But we gotta wait. We gotta wait for them to use the lethal force now, and it seems not to be working out in our best fucking interest. So
Here's what happens if we take to the street. Here's what happens. Let's say, as an example, we talk to Enrique. We get every fucking Proud Boy in the country down here in Portland, and we mop the fucking floor with them. It's a massacre because they don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance in the street.
Well, they're probably
ready to turn around and fight the fucking whoever the alphabet boys that are going to come after us afterwards.
The problem,
right? So there's that problem. There's what happens with the feds, but there's also the problem of where are you going to go in your next life if you just go slaughter people?
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
We do have to maintain the moral high ground. We have to follow our moral compass, but we can do it in a way that isn't just let them fucking shoot us and then say, "Oh shit."
You've been hanging out with Joey too long.
Joey got me started in this, man.
Yeah, no, I know Joey. I know him well. He's all right. That's funny. Yeah, no, I feel you though. Yeah, definitely. We don't want to be the fucking guys going out just slaughtering fools.
I'll tell you what, bro. Dave,
how far back into a corner are we going to be pushed before we finally decide we don't want to be in that corner?
These motherfuckers threaten my family, threaten to rape my daughter, threaten to kill my son, threaten to do all this bullshit. And I've always just been cool, calm, collected. Destroyed my fucking business. I'm $42,000 down from last year from all this bullshit. It's time. It's fucking time, bro.
Allow me to make this suggestion to you guys as well. This proposal, maybe. All right. Antifa is really not the problem. They're not, because who is allowing and encouraging and funding these people? Right?
George
It's the
Soros.
government that have allowed this. It's the ones we've extended emergency power to for 7 fucking months. It's those people that are the problem. It's time we bring it to their door. like they've brought it to ours. And I said that 3 or 4 times already on this show. They need to feel it like we felt it.
Yeah. You're right.
It's not Antifa. If we just sit there and battle it out in the street, it's just going to be corpses.
Like Enrique, they're victims too. They're lied to. They're used
to their credit. A lot of them are teenagers and they're in their early 20s and they're disparaged and they're underprivileged and they've come out and they just see the whole world is unfair and they see all these people out there who drive BMWs, like myself even. And I'm not really well off, frankly, but they see a BMW like, oh, that guy gets to have it and I don't, and that's fucked up. And my friend doesn't have it. Or you get somebody who did grow up well off and they don't understand that their father had to go out and fucking earn it and bust his ass every single day. And having a career like he does is not the same thing as having a 20-hour-a-week job at McDonald's. And they can't comprehend the difference between providing value to a society and working a fucking job for a paycheck. So they don't, and they think that they're out there for the right reasons. To their credit, a lot of them really do. And that's why they're so easily programmable, because they see what's out there and they're just emotional. They're just fucking angry. And anger is the easiest emotion for them to take advantage of.
Yeah. Well, it shows its weakness. I mean, that's the biggest form of weakness, So we're going to target them.
I think there's a time in the streets with Antifa. We need to defend ourselves. We need to make sure they stop killing us. And we take every precaution that we can. We stay safe. But the battle is won when we take it to the people, to the commanders, when we cut the head off the snake. And even the people that are behind it, even the people who are in care and the George Soroses and all those people that are funding and backing these DAs, these corrupt DAs like Mike Schmidt that we have in Multnomah County, they're less of a problem. They're only a problem because they own the position. They own the governor's chair. So let's take the governor's chair back.
So real quick, I got a guy in Phoenix, Arizona on live stream. He's doing a speech.
Okay.
I'm no better than the rest of you, but I've done some stuff that, like you said, I got hurt today that killed Saddam's son, okay? But right now, that border wall, people come and go. Not everybody's bad, but there are some bad men, all right? I got you. But what I'm saying is, I just don't want to forget those messages, all right? I stopped here for anybody heard a loud noise a minute ago. I was the one with the air horn.
So this guy's probably more drunk than me right now.
Yeah, I'm on the bet.
Maricopa, there was a lot of Trump supporters there. Vicksburg has a lot of Trump supporters.
So there's patriots around the country right now that are pissed off. You can see down here in Milwaukee, they're fucking doing it, dude. I mean, it's time for other people to step up, not just Proud Boys or Patriot Prayer.
Yeah, well, I've seen a post earlier today that people were like, isn't this what's going on right now? Oath Keepers and 3%er territory? Where the fuck are they at,
Yeah, well, I ran into a problem with smaller groups too. We have one out here, the Sons of Liberty, that just came up, and I basically fractured that charter on Friday. We had, I think I told the story earlier. We had a couple of guys go down to flag wave in front of the Vigil, and I went to go bring them back because I didn't think that was cool, and I told them not to go. And this fucking faggot from the Sons of Liberty decides he's going to stand there and watch everybody leave, and he's going to sit there. After I shook hands with a man and told him that I would make sure everybody got out of there. Right? That was a very reasonable thing.
Yeah.
And by the end of that night, the only 2 charters we have here are no longer affiliated.
There you go.
So we end up with a lot of problems with these guys, man, with these smaller groups. These guys want to come out and be superheroes, and they're fucking not.
No. Yeah, we can give you countless accounts of times that we've done that, gone to rallies. And so we always have that motto, Proud Boys, first ones in, last ones out. And we try to do that. Sometimes we're not always the first ones in, but we're always the last ones out. So we've been to rallies, and seen it put on by 3%er groups or these other patriot groups. And then all these just random patriots show up thinking they're going to be protected by these groups. Well, when they decide their rally is over, they have their military vehicles come in. They all jump in there and take off all nice and safe together and leave all these old ladies and grandpas and all these regular people that showed up to feel protected being there with them. Just fucking leave them, and there's nothing but Antifa and shit left and us. And that's happened a lot. So it's like, well, what the fuck, guys?
That's what the final straw was. I had the president of the other charter come over to me and talk to me about what happened. And I told him, look, man, I'll bury the hatchet if this guy will. And, you talk to him about it. By the end of the night, this guy had abandoned him, left him in a shitty spot. Dude ended up getting his windows busted. They had to fire warning shots in the air to even get out of there, smash into another vehicle. It was really fucked up. And that guy was supposed to be his partner. That was the president of the other chapter. He's supposed to trust each other.
Yeah.
No, people out here wanting to be fucking superheroes, man.
Yeah, that happens way too much. We saw it August 17th. We see it in almost every rally we do. Is
how many groups backed out August 17th at the last? They were afraid.
Well, they said
we don't need you guys. We'll do it ourselves, and we did, and it was fucking the best. That was one of the first times we ever went out there and had no fucking problem.
They said we didn't denounce white supremacy enough, or white supremacy enough. It's yes, we say it every fucking time.
How many times are we gonna do it? Honestly, I don't give a fuck.
How many times does a fucking black Cuban have to get on national television and denounce white supremacy? Like, what the fuck?
I'll say what I want. I may fuck around. I make jokes and shit, but my friends know who I am. The guys who I call my brothers that walk with me and march with me, of all different fucking races, religions, all backgrounds, they know who the fuck I am and how I treat them. Everybody else,
I don't think it's being disputed, dude.
I don't care. Say what the fuck you want. Call me whatever you want. I don't give a fuck.
The truth is, you can't even dispute it because our side is always more diverse.
Well, you can't disprove a false negative, and that's one of their tactics. The Solinsky tactic. They use that. They'll slander you. They label you this, and they try to get you to argue. So it's like you walk up to somebody and tell them, "Oh, you're a faggot." They're like, "No, I'm not. I have a wife." Okay, that's fine. I didn't tell you anything about your wife. Well, you suck dick. Well, no, I'm not. We'll prove it. How the fuck do you prove you've never sucked a dick? You can't. Well, but I'm going to say you did, so therefore you now are always going to be known as a guy who sucked a dick.
You a dick sucker, bro.
Yeah, you're a dick sucker. That's a fucking false negative. You can't disprove that. It's bullshit. Same thing with that whole racist, Nazi, all that stupid shit. It's like, well, fine. Whatever. Call me what you want.
Yeah.
You might end up creating Nazis that way, though.
Yeah. Push me far enough to the right and see what happens.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not a circle. I ain't gonna come back through the left and then end up right where I started. No.
Kill enough of my friends and see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
See who fucking wakes up. See who wakes up and grabs arms and goes, "Okay, I'm done. I've lost all my friends. I don't really have a reason to live anymore. So now let's see how you like it."
Isn't it happy hour? We're gonna do a shot or what?
What do we have?
What do you got? I got Danielson here.
Well, Chandler's been drinking hard A all fucking night with me.
Well, proud of your fucking
boy.
Dude,
I've been drinking hard A since Jay was murdered, dude. I don't know if I've been sober a day since.
Right?
Hey, Chandler. Hey, if you ever need help with anything or you need someone to talk to, I'm always here. There's plenty of people
all right by you, right down the road.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Hey, we're all here to help. I have no problem with someone drinking, but if you ever need someone to talk to late at night, we are all fucking here. Same thing. Same thing with Dan.
Come on here every night and get drunk with us.
Cheers.
There you go. Right, bottoms up for the brother,
Peach? Oh, how did I know it was peach?
Because of the pink little gay bag it was in.
Yeah, it's orange. It's orange. It's orange.
His shirt is orange.
Not into doing dishes, so we'll take turns.
Is that one good? I never tried that one. I hadn't even tried that green apple one yet.
Oh,
this is really good.
Crown apple is so
yeah.
tasty.
I heard there's some dank ass fucking recipes to make like a sour candy apple, like that little sucker they used to get as a kid.
Oh yeah, the caramel apple.
Caramel apple, yeah.
Ooh, that smells good, but I know it's not gonna taste good.
Oh, I got Jamie. Proud of you boys. Ahuru.
Ahuru, brother.
Oh, it's actually really nice. Ooh. Oh. It's very peachy.
Tastes like a lesbian's butthole, don't
it? I've got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8.
So I noticed you didn't take that last stream down I was in.
Well, yeah, I was out. I gotta go fill up. Oh, which actually, you haven't seen this yet, Mr. Not Black Dan. Check this out. I was doing an interview with this Danish reporter, and the guy, as a thank you, comes back and brings me a fucking half-gallon of Jameson.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I can't wait till some of the documentaries and shit we did out there on the 26th come out. We're National Geographic. I don't know if we're ever going to see the ones from France or Japan, but that would be pretty cool. The Japanese guys, they were pretty cool. They came to the Airbnb. It was Rex, me, Enrique, Joe Biggs, Jay was there, but he kind of steered clear of all the cameras at most of the time. But yeah, I want to see some of that shit. They followed us around for fucking like 3 days, dude. All those crews kept following us. We go to the gun store. I didn't even sleep the first night because, you know.
That peach was nasty.
Yeah, follow us to the gun store. I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we supposed to do? They're like, well, we're just getting shots. I'm like, shots of what? Like, the gun store. It's not fucking alcohol. We're just walking around. They want to take video of us holding guns in the gun store. And it worked out cool. The owner of the store gave us a whole box of fucking bear mace. It was like $60 a piece. He gave us like a fucking box of like 10 of them. He's like, "Oh, guys, take this." Like, he knows what we were doing. I still got one. Fucking, he like discounted Joe Biggs' helmet and Enrique's bail thing that he bought, the little thing. He was just like hooking everybody up. I guess he saw it as good publicity for his store or whatnot. But I mean, I thought that was hella cool. I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" And they're hella patriotic. You know, it's that one right there down the street from Ice House. That was pretty dope.
Oh, you're talking about? I don't know if I should drop the name. Limitless.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Eric's cool too.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty dope store, man. They got some cool fucking shit in there, like some good prices too. Like I like that store a lot. That was the first time I ever actually got in there. I go out there all the time in Vancouver and hang out fucking with all those CR guys, but that was the first time I went in there. I was like, fuck, dude, I like this place.
Yeah, no, they just threw a Trump rally. They got an issue there with the city council in Washoe because they got a bunch of Antifa on there and they're trying to ban open carry and do some weird shit. But he actually just helped me out with a vest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, that dude seems like a really cool fucking dude. Like, anytime I want to buy shit, I'll take the trip down. So, 2.5 hours fucking south of me, but I'll take the trip out and fucking, that would be cool. I'm out there all the fucking time.
Are you in Seattle?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yep, Seattle chapter Proud Boy. Chapter of Legends. We just got our coin that we're selling. Now we got our coins, like how CR, because I got the CR coin too. We do. That's a thing in our thing. Like they're telling you the coin thing's really cool. A lot of guys love it. But we collect and we trade all of our coins and sell them throughout the club and all that shit. And I think I'm up to like 27 different coins from like Westfest and different chapters. And like we have commemorative coins. We had a brother out in Chicago. It was one of the first ones before the New York 9 got arrested. He went to jail defending himself at a Dropkick Murphy show against some Antifa members that tried jumping him, and he ended up stabbing one. And he should. I think it's this month that he's getting out. I got to check on that. I think he's getting out this month, but he's been in jail for quite a while, and they got a coin for him. Came with like a poker chip if you bought it in time, so I got both of those. Fucking proceeds all went to his family and whatnot, and his release books. We put money on books, so we do shit like that for the boys that are unfortunate that get fucked by the law. That go away. We'll try to do things through the coins.
Look at them eyes.
We got powerful eyes.
Look at that. I just fucking do that peach.
They just
Yeah, I did.
Oh, fucking you, dude. The last one I was on, I was up for 2 days straight drinking and fucking didn't puke once.
Milkshake Happy Hour.
Dude, it's Milkshake Happy Hour. No, I literally go, dude, I don't feel good. He goes, don't puke in here. And I go, oh, dude. Like the peach flavor tastes really good, but it was like the unsettlingness like in my belly.
Don't be a queer, stick to the beer.
Dude, I've been drinking a little bit of beer tonight.
Really? You better clean that up before you go too, faggot.
I got a lot of beer cans over there.
Yeah,
Did you call him a homophobic slur?
Yeah, you call me a faggot.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm just gonna say Chandler said it earlier.
I didn't mean faggot. I meant like a bundle of sticks.
Now I want to brush.
I wish I could say faggot without offending gay people, because I really don't care whose genitals you suck on. That's between you, that guy, and God. But
like I always said, go ahead. If you want to be gay, be gay. Just don't be a faggot about it.
South Park, Harley riders.
We got gay Proud Boys. Some of them I like a lot. Fucking.
Oh, we got a lot of gay Proud Boys.
Oh man, our boy, Big Gay Fred. I love that guy. He's
Rico, baby, Rico.
Rico. Oh yeah.
Oh fuck, Rico is the
Rico,
shit.
dude.
I love Rico.
He's such a good dude. I like that guy a lot too. And that has like never their preference. I never even thought of it that way.
Hey, let me just say this, and I'm gonna come out.
Here's my best friend.
I was in the closet with Rico at the Eagle's Nest.
Nice.
It's true. It's a real thing.
Well, I slept with Fred, so.
So we got like
naked slept, but slept.
Not a problem is okay.
Shit, me and Reaper ate a bunch of mushrooms together and then fucking slept fucking right next to each other in fucking the cabins at the barn burner one year.
Rico?
No, Reaper.
Oh, Reaper. Oh yeah.
No, all them guys. Everybody's so fucking cool, dude.
Yeah,
all the guys. I mean, Westfest was
like you said earlier. You're what Chandler, the fucking I don't remember that black man's name, but his fucking his character, not colored, or the same thing.
MLK. Yeah.
MLK.
So my wife is watching this live stream, and she goes, miss you, because I told her, I'm almost done. This is 2.5 hours of shit of just us talking. I go, yeah, almost done, which I thought I was going to be almost done, but Dano came on, and we have more shit to talk about. And then she goes, miss you. She goes, miss you. You look at your phone, ignore me. No more drinking, come home. I told you no more. Tell Dano hi, and please brush your teeth when you come home.
Make out.
Well, she's watching, dude, live.
See, like those are the only things that make me happy. I don't have a wife, dude. Nobody gets to tell me what to do.
This is what mine sent me.
Do not piss.
Don't piss me off,
Proud Boy.
I mean, that's what we do best.
So there's one thing that needs to be stated for Proud Boys around the nation. Us doing our Proud Boy stuff, even this, I would consider this Proud Boy stuff.
I don't know. It's your podcast. It's if you call it that. I mean,
am I the only non-Proud Boy here?
Listen.
Yes.
Listen.
Yeah. No.
The majority rule, I guess, right?
I'm running this podcast. I'm interviewing these Proud Boys. I know nothing about the organization, but I really do think
You're lying.
A bunch of good dudes.
You don't have to lie.
Okay.
I can see you with the laurel on your fridge.
Hey, let's see. Hey, Proud Boy Dano. Let's see your third.
Oh, let me see. Oh wait, how do we get it?
Oh, dude, that shit looks
I didn't pull it up far enough.
That's what she said.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's pretty fucking.
The flag coming through goes all the way down.
After I got my flag tattoo, Dano's like, I'm gonna get one.
You're such a fucking liar, and you fucking know that. I said I was gonna do that, and you were like, "Oh, Randy's here. I'm gonna go ahead and fucking do it now."
I gotta show mine now.
I was like, "You son of a bitch!"
Yeah, we see it.
That's a pretty black cock you've got there.
It's a nice black cock.
That's a nice.
You don't like black cock?
Pretty.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with them.
Pretty black cock.
I see one every time I take a piss. I always tell him to get out, but he just fucking stands there.
Jay So
look at the rooster.
So Chandler, would you ever become a Proud Boy?
I don't know, man. I think I was thinking about this the other day because I actually got into it with I think it was the chapter president in Spokane because he had some beef with Haley's boyfriend, and I was up there with Joey on some Planned Parenthood thing. He just like laid into me. He's like, "I know who you are," and this is when I was nobody. I was like, "How the fuck do you know who I am? Like, what are you talking about?" And we just got it. It was over some stupid shit, so we squashed it. No big deal.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
The thing in that
it was
movie,
like,
right?
Yeah, because it was being recorded. Yeah. And I was like, the fuck? Like, I don't know. It just totally caught me off guard. So he approached me at the party after the 26th. He's like, "Hey, so I realize now you're not Haley's boyfriend, and it was this other shit that I was talking about." And he apologized, and I apologized, and it was all good. And then even he asked me, he's like, so when are you gonna throw on a parry? When are you gonna take your pledge?
Yeah, no, Matt Lewis, right? That's his name.
Mac, yeah.
Yeah, Mac Lewis. He's talked a lot of shit even to me. And I told him, grab whoever you want and we'll have a 4-on-4 just brawl. And like, remember when I was saying that shit and it never happened, obviously. But no, like that's the thing is they talk a lot of shit about us and we're just fucking we're literally on the same side. But the thing is, like, don't talk shit about us and we won't be angry.
Yeah, we're not gonna be aggressive. We're not gonna fucking you know. I mean,
we should yeah, I mean I'm in the same boat. Like we should all be on the same side. I'm not gonna say there weren't times that it wasn't frustrating. Like the biggest group in the nation doesn't fucking show up places. But I actually talked to Travis about that recently, get a different perspective on it.
There's a reason we do certain things we do at certain times. Same reason Lee got shot in the head. Guess what? There were no Proud Boys there.
No, and there was a reason for that.
It wasn't
right, and I get it. And their strategy, and like I said, you know, if I've got a different perspective on it and stuff now, but so before we get too far off topic, I've been asked, 100 times about joining, and I think right now the only what's that?
We're not gonna beg you.
Yeah, I think the only thing kind of stopping me right where I'm at is that I get along with all of the leadership of all the groups around here.
Yeah.
And it puts me in kind of a different position. And if I was going to join, I would start as a pledge. And it would be wrong if anybody put me in a different position.
Well, no,
if I came in and somebody wanted to put me as an officer, it wouldn't be right to everybody else who's working to become an officer.
Oh, you wouldn't get an officer position.
Yeah, not that anybody would. But what I'm saying is I'm just not. I'm having a hard time struggling with the idea of stepping into a pledge position when I sit down with leadership, right, of a lot of different groups.
Well, it's not that we all done it. Every single person you've ever known that was Rufio, like Rufio used to have my position, you know, things like that. We all start the same. Nobody's special. Nobody comes in this as a favorite or anything like that. Don't matter. Even a guy who wants to transfer, say like a person like Tiny or Trav or any of them from down there want to transfer to a new chapter. They're gonna have to wait their 30 days. If we come here, my chapter, I give them transfers. They give 30 days. Usually it's 90 now. We moved it up to 90. But they have to wait. Yeah, see, he had to do 90. He transferred. He was
I didn't have to do 90.
What'd you do?
I got 30. I don't even think I got 30, dude. I think I got transferred straight over because of my.
Well, we gave you your second the day of you and fucking Tiny though. So,
well, it's probably different. You guys know each other. You have a relationship. You've already kind of been through that pledge period, right? You went and
because he was
for each other already.
Brother in another chapter. So even those guys, they don't get to walk into a new chapter or a new thing and just jump into a leader. They don't get say that it was a president coming from another chapter. They're not walking into a new chapter as a fucking president or in any kind of leadership. Yeah. They have to go through their vetting for whatever they determine their time. And then they're going to be brought in as just a regular brother. They're going to have to do a second degree again. So Milkshake had to do a second with us. He had to do it again in Florida.
Yeah, I did.
He does them for fun now. He went to Colorado and does them. He does them for fun everywhere he goes now. He's trying to beat Enrique.
I'm a straight savage.
And that's just how it is. Everybody, because it's you do it because you want to. You know, not because it's for a title thing or none of us. I haven't met one guy that has joined this club looking for a leadership position or looking for looking for a clout or a fucking kind of celeb status or a celebrity status in any way. I've never met a guy who joined specifically for that. If they did, they're not going to last with us. I mean, we'll be able to spot that.
Right. Well, like I said, I guess it's not about the title or the status or the position. It's that when I went down on Friday night, as an example, and we had those guys peel off and go flag wave in front of the Vigil, and dude came across the street, didn't even know what I looked like, and asked for me by name. I have a little bit of pull.
Oh, of
right.
course.
So for this brief period of time that I have a little bit of pull,
you know, you're known in the patriot movement.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, to some degree, right.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wonder if I wouldn't be forfeiting that. I think that's one of the bigger things setting me out.
Honestly, joining up in a new organization, so I don't think you would. You'd still be able to go out to those things, those rallies. Depending on your leadership, whichever.
I don't know.
joining up, being able to go out. People will still recognize you. People still do you do your thing.
But then I can't be neutral.
We have a little different guidelines because it's safety measures that we put out for guys. We may be wrong at sometimes, but we try not to get our guys hurt. We try not to.
Well, yeah, and the two other things that come from that are now I have to answer to somebody, which right now I don't, and then B, I forgot what B was.
You have to answer to someone. That's also also I have to answer to someone. Yeah. So like when you say answer to someone,
not as bad as you think with that answering to somebody kind of thing.
No,
I don't have a problem with answering so because I answer to everybody, right?
We like with my guys. If there's a guy I know, and I know he's not a dipshit, he's not going to go out and plaster our name to give us a bad one and look like a dipshit on purpose or do this shit recklessly. Then they're kind of open, but as long as you talk and inform leadership, because the main reason we do that is because we want you safe and we don't want you going alone. We're gonna when you come to us and you're like, hey, I'm gonna do this, we're like, cool. Most will look at leadership will look at it. Okay, we're good with that. Can we get guys to be with them and fucking make sure that you got your brothers with you to fucking stand?
Right. And I guess the truth is that I'll only be answering to one chain of command, right? Where right now I kind of answer to everybody and we kind of figure out everything together. And that seems to be working pretty well. And the other thing is that kind of on the flip side of the same coin is that I don't get to be neutral anymore, right? So if I hook up with Proud Boys and Sons of Liberty has some kind of issue, then I'm automatically biased.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas if there's something else right now, I'm just Chandler and they can talk to me. I got a good relationship with Travis. I got a good relationship with Dan and Flip. Like we can work it out.
So you can always look at it as a bias side. You can look at the opposite side of the coin and say you're a mediator. You can be that bridge. You can be that voice that helps branch them together and get that fucking the wires not crossed but fucking connected.
Communication is key, I think, in this movement.
Proud Boys answer to nobody. I mean,
we really don't. I mean, but we work with a lot. We work with a lot.
You have chapter autonomy. So basically, in my chapter, or I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say my chapter. Our chapter.
We
vote on everything.
No, you own it. I've seen the paperwork.
It's just basically, I'm everybody's bitch. I'm somebody's bitch. So
and we all are at one point. We all do. Everybody is.
So and I look at that way. I may come up with an idea. My guys be like, "Yeah, that's not a good idea." Okay, great. I come up with an idea. Another guy come up with an idea. We put it in the cabinet. We say we vote on it, and then we bring it to the chapter.
Cabinet.
And that's the best way to do things.
I'm not in the cabinet.
No, you're still in the closet. As soon as you get out of there, you'll be put in the cabinet.
You want to?
No, you know what's funny, Chandler, is
it's a closet.
I hear where you're coming from, and it makes total sense for right now.
It does. And
eventually, it'll be a point in time where I know you'll be a Proud Boy, and I'm not trying to recruit you for whatever chapter you're closest to, but simply put, like you have something to offer, and it's obviously you're gonna have to go through your probation period, and
that's the part that makes you proud of being a Proud Boy.
Yeah, it's a brotherhood, and
we'll do. Look at we're a fraternity. We're goofy dudes. We're just like you go through the pledge, you know, all that shit, just like you would have joining on in like a college or something like that. But
I can tell
you have to put your Perry on and all that, and you're a fucking member, like 100%. It's one of the best feelings that I've seen. I've seen it in guys' eyes when we give them a second. And some guys will take it, and then their eyes light up, and they get that Perry, and they put that on, and they're like,
I can tell Chandler and Jay, they were obviously Proud Boys. They just weren't like
they weren't members. They were Proud Boys
because they had that.
You're proud of your country. You're proud of what you do. You're proud of what you stand for.
Yeah, but they had that brotherhood. Obviously, they didn't have leadership, but they had that brotherhood. And I know a lot of patriot groups out there that have that brotherhood. They're just not Proud Boys yet or whatnot. But they have that connection because they care about the same shit, and they'll do anything for each other.
Yeah,
and
that's another thing you gain too when you join up. You'll always have somebody, no matter where. And with this organization, what's weird, you have a guy. You don't even have to be known. you can travel to a different state, to even different countries. And just because you're a Proud Boy, you have a place to stay. You have somebody has your back. They'll show you a good time. There's going to be people right there for you every fucking where you go. It's insane, dude.
The biggest thing about the Proud Boys, especially when you first join,
have another beer.
What I like to tell everybody is don't rush miracles. You get bad miracles.
No, but like I was saying before with Chandler and Jay, like you guys obviously weren't Proud Boys, but you did Proud Boy shit, like not under the Proud Boy name, but you guys were like you guys went to rallies, you loved like you guys were brothers, and like that's how Patriot work, like Patriot groups work. Proud Boys, we don't have females usually in the group, but even with Patriot groups that you guys are in, like Patriot Prayer, I know it's not an organization, but like if a woman got hit at an event, all you guys would fucking protect her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I mean,
no, we have a lot of the same values. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and that's why I say like, oh, you're just not a Proud Boy yet, but no, you do Proud Boy shit. You know, you just don't have a Perry on.
Honorary member.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I'm so happy you got to be on this live stream with me today. Obviously, we're not going to be famous yet, but who really wants fame? I mean, nowadays, usually you have to sell your body and take adrenochrome from fucking kids. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not even go down that road. Be here another 3 hours.
Yeah.
And, yeah, no, it's weird though. Like I went out to this small town population of like 3,000. And this fucking guy actually happened to be a Proud Boy, just moved out here to Malala, Oregon, if you're familiar with that. And I was at the store in Malino, the next town over, and he comes out, he's like, and I was with Black Rebel, and he comes out and he's like, hey, I know you guys don't know me, but I know both of you. I was like, that was the weirdest fucking experience of my life.
Yeah.
That was our weird experience when people know you and you don't know who the hell they are.
Yeah, well, and then I feel bad because I get people that come
too, huh?
Yeah, I get people that come up to me and they're like, "Hey, man, good to see you again." And I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah, I get.
Yeah, I may have had like a 20-minute conversation with them. I feel bad because I talk to so many fucking people, man.
No, I've gone to things where people come up to me and they're like, come shake my hand. They're like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And they're like, pull their phone out. I'm like, "What are you doing there? Can you talk to my son on the phone? He's a big fan of yours." I'm like, "A fan of what?" Like, like. I'll say I'll say hi to your son. I don't know how old he is or who he is, but where the fuck has he seen me besides stupid that people put out there make us look like bad guys and that? I'm like, if somebody likes that, then cool, dude. Like, hell yeah, like fucking people see we're not the bad guys, you know. Like it's not completely done.
We're not really bad.
Yeah, we're not the bad guys, dude.
We're not the boogeyman.
We're just a bunch of dudes that like drinking and talking. And
you know what? They've always asked us too. Media, the media is always where would you guys be, or who would you be without Antifa being around?
Probably drunk.
Probably drunk with my friends, drinking. We'd be beating each other up, fucking having fun. Yeah, that's what we would prefer to do. Do I want to have to go out? The reason I go out and go to these rallies, I do feel obligated. I have children that support, you know, like Trump. My son's a big Trump supporter and shit. Like, I'm not the biggest. He loves Trump. You know, he likes wearing all that stuff. I voted for Trump and all that. Like, it's the only option we really have. I do like to fuck around with everybody and say I'm riding with Biden.
We choose to
grind gears, you know?
Support Trump at this.
I mean, yeah. So when I go out to these rallies, I feel obligated. I have a country that I have to preserve and protect and make sure my kids can grow up and have the same rights and freedoms and liberty and all that shit that I got to experience as a kid and be happy with and comfortable and be able to wear whatever the fuck I wanted and walk out there without being attacked. Nowadays, it's so fucking hard, dude. They can't do that. Yeah. I used to wear a shirt. I wore to Hemp Fest. How many years? I wore my old lady bought it for me for like my 17th birthday. And I would wear it to Hemp Fest everywhere. It said, "I hate fags and you." Just to include everybody in the hate, you know. I just thought it was a funny shirt. I made it the thing up one day. She was like, "Oh shit!" Had made for my birthday. I fucking wore it. I wore it out to Hemp Fest all the time. Imagine like my kid putting that on today and walking out in the day. he's gonna get fucking hurt.
He'd get hit in the head with a fucking baseball bat.
And I'm not okay with that. So yes, I am going to be the one. If I got to be the one that has to get hit with that club or that bear mace or shot with that gun or the fucking one that has to take the brunt of that force, I'm gonna fucking do that because they deserve to have that same America I grew up in.
Thank you for making that fucking point, because I find myself making that point all too often. All the fucking time I have to make that point because, like, I had a conversation with somebody just the other day, and I was thinking about, I got this beautiful 20-year-old Christian missionary girl that I just absolutely head over heels for, and I keep thinking about how I'm just going to retire to the mountains with her and have 17 kids.
There you go. Hell yeah.
But here's the deal. What happens to my 17 kids when I'm not here? When who is going to be out here if not me?
No.
Like, who's going to make the difference? Who's going to keep our country from turning fucking socialist if not me?
It's on us, right?
We all have to take on that responsibility, right? We have to make sure for our children and our children's children, it's the future of the nation.
We may fail right now. We may not win. We may not get the results we want, but we are setting that up to where our kids are going to look at it, and hopefully they will be brave enough to continue that on and continue the fight and know why we fought. So it's our job to educate them why we're fighting, what we're standing for, what we're trying to preserve for them, that they're going to want that and then want to continue that on, so that they will never be just gone to the wayside. I talked to my grandfathers. My dad was a cuck, baby boomer kind of fucking pussy, didn't do shit. My grandfathers, my uncles, bunch of them, they all served. Everybody fought for this country, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Those guys. Jesus Christ. Those guys are the ones. It's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna continue that on because you did that. I will do that. Thank you, good woman. I'm showing me boobs. It's on live. She won't do it. She won't do it. She's such a prude.
Don't do it.
White girls. But
You'd be so mad if I was like, dude,
fucking in the middle of talking.
Like,
Boys are talking. Misogyny. Fucking number one. No, not that bad. But no, it's it's our job, dude. We do that, and that's the reason I go to all that shit, because I have something that I'm fighting for, that I'm standing for, that I want to preserve every right and all that shit. They hate all of our fucking rights and our freedoms and the freedom of speech and all that shit. It doesn't matter what our shirt says or what it is, the image that we're portraying, that we're wearing. If you fucking hate it or not, they should be allowed to wear it without being physically assaulted, harmed, or anything, or having their lives put on.
They hate the fucking.
I believe that.
Bro.
I mean, they wear all their shit, hammer and sickle. You don't think I want to put a fucking bullet in your head? My family been fighting communists. They fight all that shit. But you got the right to fucking wear it. Go ahead.
All right. You have the same rights I do, and that's all we're fighting for, right?
Exactly. It's not just my rights, not our rights. It's everyone's.
Yeah, I'm fighting for your rights too. Yeah. And it's funny they don't acknowledge that. I hear people talk all the time about communists, always bitching about this and that, and well, we have freedom of speech. And you think you have that in a communist country? You think you can talk shit about the leader of a country like that? Of a dictatorship? Good fucking luck, dude. They will throw a rope around your neck and drag you through the fucking street to make an example of you.
Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah. Half of these fucking countries, dude, they there's a good fucking on that pedophilia site, Netflix. There's a documentary. It's like the world's toughest prisons, and where people in all these other shit third world countries, they don't even commit a crime before they even get prosecuted. They go into holding, and they'll be in there for 3-4 fucking years before they ever see a judge. But they're in fucking prison, and it's the worst part of the prison. When they finally get, if they do get prosecuted, the prison they actually go to is way more cushier than the fucking 4 years they've been in this holding cell waiting to be processed. Like, our system's a lot fucking better. What we have, it's not perfect, but it's fucking better than what the rest of the world is fucking dealing with and has.
Yeah, well, and like I've been saying, I've been reading through the Federalist Papers, and the way, I mean, mostly it's Alexander Hamilton, the shit that he describes and the way he goes through it. Like, the system that we have is designed for gridlock. It's designed so no piece of shit gets in there and just passes a law, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a stop at every fucking step. Yeah. And the only way it gets as bad as it even is if we are permeated with corruption. We're just saturated with evil sacks of shit. And so we're at the point now where right, drain the fucking swamp, right? We're there. The system is good. The system is one of the better that we've ever had. 244 years, we've had a phenomenal fucking system. We've had freedom for 244 years. And now we're finally at the point where we're, okay, something needs to change. And it's not the system, it's the people that are in it. Because historically, free societies don't last much more than 200 years, even 200
Never
years.
have. Our system, the one we have, no system has ever lasted over fucking as long as our America actually has for the years they have. Every different society that has tried a political system, whether it's socialism, communism, all these other fucking bullshit things, never worked for as long as what America has had. And we're the babies of the world, you know.
Right.
Our society, we're adolescents, fucking at best. Like we're fucking the youngest fucking bucks on the block, but we're doing something right. Then now the rest of the world looks at fucking us, our country, even still fucking today. We got
There's
guys.
no place to go after.
They're doing fucking Trump caravans and American flag waves and like Spain and fucking Germany and Ireland and Scotland and all this shit. And they're all fucking supporting Trump. Like we have made such a huge impact on the world. Well, probably because we gave them electricity, airplanes, cars, everything, you know, internet, all that fucking fun shit. And
I think Germany gave them cars, but the rest of that, was us.
No, we definitely gave them cars.
We gave them fast cars.
Yeah,
we gave them fast cars. Okay, maybe that wasn't the Italians.
Oh fuck no!
In Western society, regardless, right?
Cars, dude.
The Dodge,
American.
the Dodge brothers, you know.
I wonder if we gave them V8s.
Right.
I'd be thankful for that.
Corvette. You like Corvette?
Yeah. So like, dude, we are like literally. That's why we don't exclude. So okay, we know we have Proud Boy chapters in Hong Kong, in Japan, in the eastern part of the world. That everyone's like, whoa, it's West is the best, because they do believe Western civilization, Western culture is the best culture. That's what the West is the best. Doesn't matter where you're at. That's all we ask. You believe West is the best, and you want to take that and implement that into your culture. Then cool, dude. That's fucking the best thing that will ever happen to your culture is implementing what we have.
Yeah.
Rights, liberties. You know what else?
Well,
what else?
And it's all stuff. It's all stuff. Whether you believe in God or that we're evolutionists or whatever, it's natural law, right? If we have self-agency, we have agency to make decisions, right? We get to choose. That's something that's the big problem with socialism and communism and everything. That's the problem I think at the core we all have with it, is they're trying to take away our ability to make our own decisions.
Yeah, it's man's law.
Right.
They want their law, not. There's no higher power. Like I'm not the biggest, you know. I do like. They're chit chatting over here. I'm not, you know. I went through fucking years of Catholicism. I was raised Catholic, 8 years, the Catholic school, did the CCD, all that shit. Made First Holy Communion. I'm able to accept the body of Christ, you know, all that shit. I fucking despise Catholicism. Christianity, I actually look at Christianity. I'm like, well, I kind of like that one a little more. But honestly, I don't even like the whole monolithic fucking religious thing. That's not a big part. But there is a higher fucking power that people do have to look for. You're not the end all be all of your fucking creation or your life. There is something higher at play. You look at a lot of things, the creation of Earth, how everything's planned out, everything. It's kind of designed and created. Like we were here for a reason. It's not just a fucking happening, you know. It's just out of the blue. We didn't just end up fucking here, especially where we're at right now, talking on this fucking box. Didn't just fucking magically fucking happen. There's always been something in play that set it all up. So I do believe,
there's too many hundreds of thousands of coincidences that would have had to land all in exactly the right order for this to be here. And it's a mathematical impossibility.
Yes, exactly.
Hey guys, real quick, right before I'm gonna end the stream here. We're about 3 hours in. Hey Chandler, if you want to just plug Jay's stuff in one more time.
Yeah, anybody who wants to spread the message, get a hold of me on Twitter. It's just at Chandler Pappas. Is Justice for Jay. You know, we know the guy that murdered him was killed by federal marshals 5 days after the shooting. but we want to go after the people who are responsible. Not only the other 10 people who were involved in the shooting, the couple of cars that stopped us in front, the Dodge Chargers that pulled up with all the so-called medics in behind us, but also Kate Brown and Comrade DA Mike Schmidt, who let him go on gun charges at least twice during the riots, and Mayor Ted Wheeler, who stops the police from using their resources and their tear gas to inhibit these people from destroying property. We want justice for Jay. We want justice from all of the people who are responsible for the riots in general. And if you want to support us, if you want to support Jay's business partner, who's really been suffering a lot since he was taken from us, proceeds go between him and I. And hats are $20. We got shirts that say the same thing. They're just justice for Jay. It helps spread the message. We've seen these in DC. We've seen these in a few other places. Helps us out a lot. Like I said, proceeds go straight to Jay's business partner, a little bit to myself for just shipping them out. You let me know. I'll ship them anywhere in the country. We appreciate the hell out of you guys.
Yeah, Chandler, I will definitely be hitting you up for a hat.
You should open that up to world too, because we are, like I told you, we have chapters all over, and we can spread.
I'll ship it anywhere in the world, man. You let me know where you're at.
To guys that are all the way, Ireland, England, fucking Australia, South Africa. We got guys everywhere, man.
Yeah, man, please do. 20 US bucks gets you a hat or a shirt.
Oh yeah.
You let me know. Just hit me up on Twitter. Be happy to ship it to you. Anybody who wants one.
Yeah, we'll help out, man.
Anybody watching this video, I know a lot of people will probably listen to it and have it playing in the background. But if you go and look at the video right now, his Twitter handle is exactly what it says underneath his screen right now. That's broadcasting.
Just at Chandler Pappas. Tried to make it as simple as possible. It's
Pappas,
exactly what your name is. Got it.
Yep. All right. Thank you guys for coming on this broadcast, and I think we got a lot of good information out, and I appreciate the time you took out of your day, Chandler, and Non-Black Dano, and Rex, and TJ Detweiler.
Milk, we need to sign off fucking catchphrase.
Oh no, I got a little song we can do because
we can still owe him Benjamins for now too. He's my friend, so we can tell people to be fruitful and multiply. Don't be fruity and blow, guy. No, that's Owen Benjamin's. That's not mine.
I really like this.
Yeah, we need to sign off, man. Good, cool, fucking
dude. There's this song this Proud Boy song that I really like listening to. Can you guys do that?
Oh, there you go.
Here we go.
You got to turn the volume up.
Can you not hear it?
It's low. I'm a proud boy. There you go.
I'm a proud boy. Yeah.
Hold on, he's not white. You can't be a proud boy.
We have a quota to make.
Them big toys. Yeah. She know I'm a proud boy. Finna make a lot of noise. Riding with them big doors.
Yeah.
Killed your volume again.
Go buy Jay's fucking hats.
Tons of them in stock right here. Ship them out twice a week. Thank you for the plug, brother. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the hell out of you guys.
Goes away. Come on, guys.
Proud boy.
We need more volume.
Patriotic.
All right, brother. My phone's about to die anyway, so I'm gonna check out. Like I said, thank you again for having me on. I appreciate the hell out of you guys.
Yeah,
we'll
doing what
we'll be in touch.
I'm proud of you.
All right. Yeah. We'll be seeing you around. All right.
Oh yes, you will.
All right. You too.
Milk, what the hell does he have hanging out? Is that his hair, or is that like a super pinner blunt?
I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. Proud boy, proud boy, proud boy, proud boy. Run up your shots. I'm a loud boy, patriotic. Bitch, my team so patriotic.
Hey, you want your patches? Like
Bitch, my team so patriotic. Proud boy, proud boy, proud boy, proud boy. Run up your shots. I'm a loud boy, patriotic. Bitch, my team so patriotic. Patriotic. Bitch, my team so patriotic.
Me and him look so much alike. Not really.
All right, see you, Dano. Have a good night. See you,
All right,
brother.
love you, brother.
Party boy.
Party boy.